And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream tonight. And boy, do we have a big one coming your way. It is the Boston Bruins and Toronto Maple Leafs from Boston. Huge divisional battle here. Rivalry matchup. It just kind of speaks for itself. Everybody knows what to expect when it comes to Leafs versus Bruins. Everybody knows how important of a game this is, how big of a game this is, even though it's very early in the season, and how much fun it's going to be. So Bruins versus Leafs tonight. I am super excited. I hope you guys are ready to go as well as we get closer and closer to puck drop. Thank you all for coming by, joining the stream here tonight, joining the chat. This should be a really fun one. So welcome, everybody. Thank you guys again for being here. Really appreciate all of you. And we are getting ready for action. Toronto in Boston. Bruins Leafs. Gonna be awesome. Boston's missing a lot of key players out of their lineup tonight. It's going to be interesting to see, how they do with pretty much half of their normal defense not there. A lot of call-ups on the back end for the Bruins tonight. No Charlie McAvoy, no Derek Forbort, no Matt Grzelcyk. So it's going to be interesting to see if the Bruins can hold together on the blue line with so many guys out of the lineup. But nonetheless, this is an important game. I mean, Boston's off to a phenomenal start this season. Toronto's off to a pretty decent start as well. They've had a few games where the Leafs have just been like, what are they doing? But all in all, they're 5-3-1. It's not like they have a bad record. A couple of those losses were pretty ugly, but for the most part, Toronto's off to a decent start. The Bruins have just picked right up where they left off in the regular season anyway. A little different come playoff time last year, but they're 8-0-1. I mean, they haven't lost in regulation yet. That may change tonight. We'll see. But, these are two good teams, two teams that very well might be meeting down the road come playoff time potentially. Obviously, this is their first game against each other this season, so they're going to play a few more times in the regular season and then maybe in the playoffs, depending on how the seeding works out. But should be a great one here tonight. Very excited for this. Welcome in. Want to say hi to as many of you in the chat as I can. So let's get into it here. We got Bro, Lori Ann, Matt, Moreno, Kelly, Derek, D-Wade, Wes. What is going on? Welcome in. Thank you all so much for being here. Really appreciate it. I saw Nate was here earlier, so welcome in, Nate, if you're still here, if you're coming back in. Garrett, what's going on? Alex, what's up? Icy Chris, welcome in. Thank you for coming by. Good to see everyone here tonight. And, yeah, we're just kind of waiting for the puck to get dropped here within the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. Obviously, the big story going into this one is the Bruins' defense. They've got no Charlie McAvoy due to suspension, no Derek Forbort, who's out with an injury, and no Matt Grzelcyk, who's out with an injury. Means we're going to see the NHL debut of Mason Lohrei tonight. Lohrei is one of, if not the top prospect for the Bruins. He's certainly their top defensive prospect. Electric two-way defenseman who's really big and skates really fast, and he's great all over the ice. He's been playing down in Providence in the AHL, played college hockey, now comes into the pro game this season. He looks really good, and he'll get his first NHL game here tonight. They also called up longtime AHL veteran Parker Wotherspoon, who will play on the bottom pair. And they also brought back up Ian Mitchell, who's already played with the Bruins this season, had been waived and sent down, but now is called back up. Obviously, with so many guys out of the lineup for the Bruins, he's back in. So we'll see Mitchell back in. We'll see Wotherspoon, first game as a Bruin. He's a longtime AHL guy, new to the Bruins organization this year. And then we'll also see the debut of Mason Lohrei, who that's a big one. That's a big, guy to keep an eye on there, who is one of the top young prospects in the Bruins system. So Looks like we got about 6 minutes until puck drop. This game is on ESPN Plus exclusively. If you're looking for it, it's an exclusive ESPN Plus game. So that's really the only way to watch it, unless you're able to find some website or a Reddit stream or something like that. But it is one of those ESPN Plus exclusives. Yo, let's go! Game hasn't even started yet, and we've got a 5 in the chat from D. Wade. Let's go. Get that dono hype in the chat, everybody. Thank you so much, D. Wade. Just unbelievable, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it. Back again with unreal support. And yeah, big game tonight. Let's see what the Bruins can do. Again, you know, it's gonna be tough with the guys out of the lineup that they have, but hey, it's the NHL. Anything can happen. Let's see, Aaron, what's going on? BC Transportation, Mike, what is up? Mike and Julie, welcome in. Thank you so much for dropping by. Good to see you again. Man, we got some regulars popping in here. Great to see. Love it. Yeah, no, I just was talking about all the guys on the blue line that are out for the Bruins and who's in replacing them. It would be a tough look for Toronto if they lose to the Bruins with 3 of their top 6 defensemen out of the lineup, including their number 1 defenseman. So, I kind of agree. It would be a tough look for the Leafs if they don't win tonight. Bruins have their work cut out for them with, you know, who they have playing on the back end. I expect Hampus Lindholm to play at least 30 minutes tonight. I think Brandon Carlo probably plays 30 minutes tonight as well. You know, they're going to have to rely heavily on Lindholm and Carlo specifically to kind of shoulder a lot of the workload tonight, with McAvoy and Grzelcyk and Forber all out of the lineup. Hey, Isaac, what is going on? Welcome in. Yes, long time no see. It's great to have you here in the chat. Thank you so much for dropping in. Hey, you're going to the Springfield game tomorrow, AHL. That is awesome. I hope you have a great time at that. I hope it's a good game. That's fantastic. Grega, what's going on? Welcome in. Good to have you in the chat. Thank you for being here. We're about 3 or 4 minutes away from puck drop now. Going to be getting into the action here quickly. Yeah, Capitals, I saw that they gave up a goal less than 30 seconds into the Islanders, and then they've given up another one since then. They're down 2-0 to the Isles right now. That's yeah, that's not the start to the game that the Capitals were looking for, especially on home ice. So, a lot of scoring early already in these 7 o'clock starts. Columbus has already scored on Tampa. Carolina and New York are 1-1, Rangers and Hurricanes. Kings have already scored on Ottawa. So we've had some early goals in a lot of those 7 o'clock starts. The only one that is 0-0 is the Panthers and Red Wings. Yo, Blair, what is up? Welcome in. Good luck to you tonight as well. Hopefully it's a great hockey game. Great to see you in the chat. Thank you so much for coming by. And yeah, hopefully this is a fun one. We'll see how it goes. These next 2.5 hours are going to be interesting for sure. Ian, what's up? You're going to be listening tonight? Well, I very much appreciate that, Ian. Thank you so much. Awesome to have you here. Hope you enjoy the game. Hopefully you enjoy the stream as well. And teams are out on the ice. Bruins are wearing their 3rd jerseys tonight. One of their, you know, their alternate Centennial throwbacks. We've got Ilya Samsonov in net for the Maple Leafs. Jeremy Swayman gets the nod down at the other end for the Bruins in goal. So Swayman is 4-0 so far this season. And right off the opening draw, we already get a quick offsides here just a few seconds in, as the Leafs touch it up offside. So they'll get a quick face-off right in front of the Bruins bench in the neutral zone. And we'll get back into the action, as that one is won by Tavares. Leafs have it. Over the line, here's Morgan Riley. Dumps it deep into the offensive zone. Leafs get in on the forecheck. Up the wall it goes. Kept in out high by Brody. Working it around. Cycle game going now for Toronto. Brody through traffic in front. Knocked down. Oh, Lowry with a good stick there. Getting that loose puck out from in front of the net. Pastrnak out of the zone, but can't carry it into the attacking end. Patra sends it back to his D. It's Carlo controlling the puck. What's going on, Rick? Welcome in. Jerry, welcome. Great to see you guys. Thanks so much for watching. We are underway in this one as the Bruins carry it up now out of their zone, over the red line, up into the offensive end. Played here. Trent Frederick curls back, passes to the point. Ian Mitchell shot through traffic, deflection, and a good pad save there by Samsonov. Mitchell will try again on a shot. Samsonov makes a save on that one. And he's going to cover that one up and get the whistle as we get a stoppage just over a minute in. Bruins with a couple good long shots there with traffic in front. And it's going to result in an offensive zone faceoff. Hey, Riddled, what's going on? Welcome in. Vernon, great to see you. Thanks so much for coming by. Appreciate you guys being here so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got a hopefully great game here tonight. What's going on, Ron? Welcome in. Hockey from Home, welcome in. Thank you guys for coming by. That one off the face-off deep. Van Riemsdyk first on it. Former Toronto Maple Leaf, as well as Philadelphia Flyer, James Van Riemsdyk. He's had a good start to the year. Van Riemsdyk has been a very solid middle six addition to this Bruins team. I did not have high hopes for him going into the season. I thought he was pretty old and washed with how bad he was last year in Philadelphia. But he has had a very solid start to the year for the Bruins. Hopefully he can keep that up. Leafs end up icing the puck there, so it's going to go back down to their end for another ozone draw for the Bruins. Yeah, I just mentioned that, Blair. JVR has been pretty darn good for the Bruins to start this year. He's been solid across the board. Ron, I'm doing well. How are you? Great to see you in the chat. Thanks so much for coming by. As DeBrus takes the puck off the draw. Pass to the D. Shot there. Off the outside of the goal. Good chance from Lindholm. Taken now by Marchand. Tries to pass it through. Marchand gets hit there by Kampf. DeBrus couldn't get it on goal. Leafs take it now. Axie, what's going on? Welcome in. That pass too far in front for Domi. And it's going to result in an icing as the Bruins win the race. And another icing call here. Third of the first 2 minutes of this game against against Toronto here. And the puck will come back down to their end for another faceoff. So Boston gets another crack at it in the offensive zone. Coyle in the face-off dot against David Kampf. And Coyle wins it back to Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk now cycles down low past Marchand. Coyle takes it in the far corner, works it back up the boards, then gets knocked down by Kampf. TJ Brody takes the puck and is able to clear it up the wing and out. Nice, sends it in. And behind the net now, played by the Bruins as they get possession back. We'll start it up ice. It's Kevin Shattenkirk looking for a pass. Hampus Lindholm just dumps it in, and the Bruins head off for a line change. Back it goes behind the net, played by Swayman. Passes that one off for Carlo. Carlo turns it over there to Marner. Marner falls down, though. And now it becomes a puck battle along the wall. Matthews keeps it in, down low for Marner. Lowry goes over to get him. Carlo comes in to steal the puck as well. That ends up getting kicked aside to the corner on the near side boards. Back to the blue line, nobody there. Matthews has to regroup in the neutral zone. That's true, Daniel. The Flyers were pretty tough last year, but still, I mean, he did not play well last season. He's looked immensely better this year in a Bruins uniform than he did at any point really last season. Back in now, chasing is Holmberg. Wotherspoon takes a big hit, played along the wall now by Reeves. Fourth line on the ice for the Leafs as they look to get forechecking in the offensive zone. Reeves heavy in with another big hit on Wotherspoon. Back out to the neutral zone. Bruins get a quick line change. We're at least able to get the forwards off the ice. Wotherspoon and Mitchell still stuck out there, but they'll get a change as soon as the puck gets carried up. Pass over the red line, dumped through the middle, deflected into the Toronto end, and the Leafs will regroup as Riley plays it up ice. That one gets past Bertuzzi into the offensive zone. Swayman gives it to his defenseman. Played out by the blue line now. Carried by Pastrnak. Gains center ice. Passes it off into the offensive zone. Move through the middle. That one's deflected away. Played by Nylander back up ice. Here's Bertuzzi into the attacking zone. Bertuzzi finished last year with the Bruins. Picked up at the trade deadline and wasn't re-signed in the offseason. The Bruins didn't have the cap space. Bertuzzi ends up going to the Leafs. Big hit, heavy in on the forecheck there by Pastrnak as he lays the lumber on one of the Leafs defensemen. He'll head off for a change now as the Geeky line comes onto the ice. Geeky, Van Riemsdyk, and Frederick now out there. Leafs holding behind their own net, looking to play it up ice. We're just about 4.5 minutes into this first period. Scoreless so far. What's going on, Sherry? Welcome in. Thank you so much for watching. Domi in on the forecheck against Lindholm. Domi to Nyes. Nyes down low, off of a skate, gets it back behind the goal line. Played away in the corner. Trying to get it down low behind the net. Leafs with possession. Domi back out in front. That one's taken away. Good steal there by Lindholm. He gets it over to Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk up. Deflected off the wall there by Van Riemsdyk. Back to the middle. And the Bruins are finally able to clear as it's into the offensive zone. Over to Van Riemsdyk. Pulls it to the backhand. Poked off his stick there by Lagesson. Good back check defensively. Long shot from Lowry gets blocked. He gets the loose puck. Tries it again. Knocked down in front again as William Lagesson gets in the way. Played up now by Toronto. Working it through. Leafs trying to work it out of their own zone now. Bruins in on the forecheck as the top line comes back on the ice. Marchand out there with Coyle and DeBrusque. Into the offensive zone. Pass off line for Marner. Carlo is first on it. Up the wall it goes. Played through the middle. Over the line now. Marchand dumps it in. He'll chase on the forecheck. Going in against Liljegren to the corner. DeBrusque not able to get his stick down. It's kept in by Lindholm out high. He blasts one that ends up deflecting wide. Back behind the net. Shattenkirk takes it. Shattenkirk with it now. Passes it up. Over the line. And Steen now into the offensive zone. Oscar Steen, another call up for the Bruins. He gets a shot in on Samsonov, who makes the save and covers that one up. It will be an ozone draw for the Bruins with 13:40 now remaining in the first period. And with it being 13:40 remaining, I believe we're going to have our first commercial break of the game. I haven't noticed anyone in this game, Daniel, but I haven't seen, every player up close where it would be noticeable. But I haven't noticed anyone in this game wearing one. Let's see. Aries, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I mean, the Rangers are off to a very good start. They definitely a lot better than their start last season, that's for sure. If you remember last year, the Rangers kind of got off to a slow start and then picked it up in the second half of the season. Now they're 7-2 through their first 9 games to start this season. They've won 5 in a row going into tonight. Right now they're tied 1-1 with the Hurricanes, but it has been a very strong start for New York. And yeah, I mean, just they look like a team that is definitely benefiting from a new coach. Peter Laviolette has come in there, and very different style coach than what they had with Gerard Gallant. And I think Laviolette, at least in at the beginning of this season, is getting a lot out of this team, and has the Rangers playing really well right now. So it is the first commercial break here of this one, still 0-0. And Bruins will have an offensive zone draw when we come back and get the puck dropped, which we're coming back right about now. So puck drop should be soon. Yeah, I mean, Boston's definitely got some young players that are finally showing some good signs at the NHL level. I mean, Patra has been unbelievable. Johnny Beecher's doing a very solid job centering that fourth line. Obviously we're seeing Low Rise first NHL game here tonight on the blue line. Like, Boston's got some young players that are finally having a positive impact in the lineup. As off the draw, the Leafs get it out of their zone. They carry up into the offensive end. Trying to work it around now. Not able to keep it in the attacking zone. Back the other way, Van Riemsdyk. He's checked there by Giordano. Played now by Domi as possession goes back to Toronto. Cross it goes. Giordano is going to try and carry it up. He gains the red line and dumps it in. Shattenkirk goes back to get it for Boston. It's early, Isaac. There's still a lot of games left to be played. It's early. Working around now. Leafs with it in the offensive zone. Swayman makes a quick save, then the rebound comes out. Bruins to it, and they go off sides here as Pastrnak touches up over the line. That's going to be a whistle. And 12:45 to go here in the first. Neutral zone faceoff on the way. So Bruins were trying to come quickly back the other way on the attack, but they end up going off sides. Yo, Jeremiah, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Awesome to have you, my man, and can't wait to talk some hockey later. Bruins with it now, attacking zone. Good steal on the back check there by Bertuzzi. And now Toronto comes the other way. That one ripped wide by Bertuzzi, goes off the boards. Pastrnak gets physical along the wall, but the Leafs keep it in the attacking end. Played now by Patra. Back. Yeah, Jeremiah, I haven't shaved in probably like three to 4 weeks now. That pass is just a little behind Pastrnak. Might just leave it kind of like this for the winter. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep it, but maybe for the winter. I have no idea. I haven't really done it purposefully, but just kind of let it go for a bit. 12 minutes to go here. Swayman with a good save on that chance. Shots are 4-3 in favor of the Bruins. Scoreless on the scoreboard. Nobody's had a real, A+ scoring chance. You know, both goalies have been good. They've stopped everything they've needed to stop, but hasn't been like it's been a super offensive game with a ton of chances. Hey, what's going on, Rick? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. The Winter Classic this year, Aries, is Vegas against Seattle in Seattle. Worked in now. Leafs dump it deep. Down to the corner it goes. Played up. Over the red line. Bruins dump it in. 11:25 to go in the first. Samsonov comes out and plays it in the corner. Taken now. Matthews back to Lagesson. Lagesson dumps it in. Around the boards it goes. And good job there by newly signed Danton Heinen. His second stint with the Bruins. He was brought in on a PTO for training camp and now has signed a contract with Boston. So he's back in the Bruins lineup with all the injuries that they're dealing with right now. He finds himself playing on the fourth line with Oscar Steen and John Beecher. So that one's played. Long shot from Wotherspoon goes wide. Mitchell pinches down to keep it in the offensive end. Bruins fourth line with a good shift here. Heinen in there. Back to the point. Working around. Long shot. Deflected through the middle. Ends up in the corner. Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. James, welcome in. Caroline, welcome. Scott, good to have you here. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate everybody coming by tonight. Awesome to have you as we got Bruins Leafs. Morgan Riley with the long dump in. Bounces off a stanchion. Weird right in front of the Bruins net, but Mason Lowry's the first one on it. Hey, what's going on, Gretchen? Welcome. Thank you for stopping in. Good to see you. Brought up now along the boards. Leafs back on the attack. Lowry gets a stick on that one. Carlo backhands it over to Van Riemsdyk. It's moved to the middle. And Lowry's not able to get it out of the zone. Kampf keeps it in. Back out in front. Carlo with a big defensive play there to stop Matthew Nyes from getting a point-blank chance. Into the attacking end now. Bruins come the other way. Sharp angle shot. Glove save by Samsonov. Back out. Cleared there by Nyes. He carries up. Gains the blue line all by himself. Now is waiting for some help. Doesn't really get any. Dumps it to the corner. Nylander gets in on the forecheck. Bruins come away with it, though, and they'll try and clear. Lift it over everybody. David Pastrnak going to win the race. No icing. He takes it down in the corner. Checked there by Giordano. Trying to get some help as reinforcements arrive at Zacha and Patra out there as well. As that's brought up the other way. Over to Tavares. Here's the Leafs. Long shot. Blockered off glass there by Swayman. Hey, what's going on, Red Rubber? Welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you. Really appreciate it. Moved into the middle. Here's a shot. That one gets blocked. Good defensive play there by Liljegren. He'll head to the bench as the Leafs come back the other way. On the rush into the offensive zone. 8:37 to go here in the first period. Moved up off of a body. Pastrnak trying to get it out of the zone. He can't. Leafs back on the attack. Sharp angle shot. Swayman holds the post. Patra first on it. He's just got to get it out now for Boston. Lifts it up and over everybody. No icing as it's played by the Leafs defenseman. Morgan Riley will come back the other way. Round it goes. Dumped in deep. And it looks like the play was offsides as that gets whistled down. And we get a stoppage here now with 8:13 to go in the first. Excuse me, not offsides. Looks like it was icing, actually. No commercial break, and the faceoff will come down to the Toronto zone. Let's see what I've missed in the chat. Pretty long stretch of play there. But Rick, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Let's see. No, we didn't have anybody come on Halloween, Caroline. I live on like a back road, so we usually don't get that many anybody anymore, or that many. If we get somebody, it's like maybe one or two, but we didn't get anybody for Halloween. In my town now, everybody just kind of goes to these, bigger neighborhoods where there's a bunch of houses all on the same street and stuff to do their trick-or-treating. So my street doesn't really get anybody. Yeah, well, it'd be nice for the Bruins to have, more than 3 of their normal 6 defensemen. Obviously McAvoy would be nice, but Grzelcyk or Forbert would be nice too, but that's just not the way it goes. So Reeves drives the net here and stirs things up in front of Jeremy Swayman as the Bruins D protect their goaltender. Not really anything going on other than some hello, how are yous between the two teams, but they come together and chat it up a little bit, and Swayman covers that one up. We'll get a whistle, and it will be an offensive zone draw for Toronto when we get back from the commercial break. Oh, okay, yeah, makes sense, Jeremiah. Yeah, some places get all the kids, and then other places nobody goes. That's how it is in my town, at least. Trying to catch up in the chat, see if I missed anything. Oh, yeah, I was talking about the Bruins having 3 of their normal defensemen out of the lineup. That's the way it goes. You got to live with it. It's not an excuse. It's not anything to be, feel sorry for yourself about. It's just the way that's sports, and you've got to deal with it. The Bruins have guys that, they've called up. Mason Lowry, one of their top prospects, is making his NHL debut. You've got, a longtime AHL guy and Parker Wotherspoon playing. He's a veteran who's been around pro hockey for quite a while now. And you've got Ian Mitchell, who's already played games for you this year as your 7th defenseman, now into your top 6. So, Boston's just got to deal with it and do what they can to win the game. They've looked okay so far. We're obviously only, half a period in, but it hasn't stood out like the Bruins are in trouble because they've got some guys out of the lineup. They've held up well. Let's see. Slick Roads, thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get some new sub hype in the chat, everybody, and give a warm welcome to Slick Roads. Welcome to the channel. Awesome to have you here. Alex, always a pleasure to see you, buddy. Thanks so much for dropping in. Those were fantastic times, dude, for sure. Maybe we'll do another one like around the holidays or something. We'll do just like another hangout, maybe. I don't know. I don't have a ton of time anymore like I used to, but maybe we can have a fun one in here at some point this season. But those were definitely good times, man, for sure. Niners fan, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I live about an hour away from TD Garden. My town's about an hour south of Boston. Duck, what's going on? Welcome in. Trek, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Good to have you guys. We are back from the commercial and underway as well. 7:25 to go here in the first period. Scoreless so far. Bruins in the offensive zone trying to cycle it around. Here's Shattenkirk out high. Shot through traffic. Deflects wide off the end boards. Played back by Marchand to Shattenkirk. D to D across to Lindholm. Lindholm looking for a shooting lane. He fires one in. It's gloved down there by Samsonov. He grabs it and covers. It will be an ozone draw for the Bruins. Hey, Bobby, what is going on? We got Beantown Breakdown in the chat. What is going on, my man? Welcome in. Thank you so much for dropping by. Awesome to see you. Hey, Slicks from Rhode Island. I am 15 minutes from Rhode Island, Slick. So, very close to Providence, East Providence, that area. Wayne, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Awesome to have you. Off the faceoff. One back here by the Toronto. Jay, what's going on? Welcome in. Awesome to see you. 401 Jay. I see 401. I immediately think of Rhode Island. That's their area code. As that one's dumped up. And Bruins can't get it deep. Leafs take it back over the line. Played here by Domi into the offensive zone. Sticked aside by Swayman as it bounced in on net and back the other way. Here come the Bruins up ice. Morgan Geekie into the offensive end. Tries to get a backhand across. Played to Van Riemsdyk. Past Frederick. Pinching down. Carlo forces Samsonov to make a nice blocker save. Darth Star, what's going on? Good to have you. Thanks so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. Good to see you all in the chat as always. I got some new names in the chat. We got some regulars in the chat. It is awesome. Thank you guys all for joining tonight. John Tavares now for Toronto, playing it around behind the net. Up the boards it goes. Giordano keeps it in. Bruins don't clear. Lowry will get a chance at it now on the far side. He passes to the middle. Geekie back to Lowry. Lowry gets it over and dumped in by Frederick. Bruins going to head off for a line change. Hey, what's going on, Brandon? Welcome. I'm doing pretty well. How are you? Awesome to have you here. Enjoying some hockey tonight. Played up the boards. Klingberg gets that over the red line. Bruins take possession back away from Tavares. It's Shattenkirk. He's going to skate it himself over the center ice line into the offensive zone. Shattenkirk drives it deep, draws two defenders, and then turns the puck over to Klingberg, who steals it away. Back the other way now, in behind. Here comes Nylander. Shot. Nylander just rips it wide. Best chance of the game for either team there was Nylander breaking in. Only one Bruin defender trying to get back, kind of even with him. Wasn't a full-on breakaway, but close. And Nylander shoots it wide. Klingberg passes to the middle now. It's stolen away by Boston. Danton Heinen takes that one. Dumps it down to the corner. And it's lifted up and over again by Toronto as they get it out and they send it deep. Played behind the net. Here's Swayman, hands it off. Passed up from the D. Heinen into the offensive zone. Played now by Beecher. Beecher drives wide, looking to get it back out in front for Steen. He gets it in on goal. And a good job by Samsonov there to track the puck, make the save, and cover it with 4:31 remaining here in the period. Hey, what's going on, Footy? Welcome in. Yeah, Nylander has had a fantastic start to the year. But as Jeremiah is right in the chat, that shot wasn't even close. But all in all, Nylander has been phenomenal for the Leafs this year. He's off to a very good start. Welcome, Footy, new subscriber to the channel. Let's get some hype in the chat. Give a warm welcome to another new subscriber. We're at our final commercial break here of period number 1. And I don't know why it's taken me this long, but it's time to crack a beer. We got Bruins Leafs. We better be enjoying this one. We're going to crack a beer. We're going to get a cheers in the chat. Everybody got some Shipyard Pumpkinhead tonight. Still got a few of these left to finish off. Cheers, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. And awesome to have you here, just enjoying hockey. Love getting a chat with all of you, and hope you're enjoying the stream. Cheers, everybody. Let's have a great night. We'll see. Might need more than one of those tonight. Let's see. Drax here. I'm not sure if I've said hi to Drac yet. If not, my apologies. Welcome, Drac. Thank you for watching. Yeah, Nate, always great to have you here. I agree. You know, Isaac, you're right. You know, Nylander's been one of Toronto's best players, and Marner's had a very slow start to the season. He has had a rough go of it here to start. So, you know, I'm sure he'll get his game going. Marner's a great player. He's an awesome skater, playmaker. He's an incredible winger. He's going to get his game going at one point, but at some point. But he's had a tough start for sure. Paolo, it is awesome to see you. Thank you so much for coming by. Great to see you in the chat. It has been a while. Hope you are doing well, my friend, and really appreciate you coming by. All right, here we go. Offensive zone face-off for the Bruins. Right off the draw. Good shot there, and Samsonov makes one of his best saves of the evening. Van Riemsdyk behind the net trying to get possession back for the Bruins. Muscled away by the Toronto defense. Frederick holds along the wall, though, and keeps it in. Second opportunity, the Leafs are able to get it out. Here's Domi now. Passes for Nyes. It hops over his stick. He plays it in the corner. Across it goes, rolls back out in front. Swayman has a little trouble with the bouncing puck and just sends it off the end boards. Leafs keep it in. Here's Morgan Riley. He gets it back out high. Played across top of the circle. Shot! And Swayman able to grab that one with the glove as he sees it the whole way and makes a stop with 3:53 to go in the period. I am watching on ESPN Plus, Nate. Hey, John, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm glad that you're back. Glad that you enjoy the streams. Awesome to have you out here on the channel, my friend. And yeah, no, I agree. I mean, you make great points. Everything you say there make great points. Leafs have it now. Offensive zone off the face-off. Knocked down, though, by Pastrnak. He's trying to clear, and it was played with a high stick. So they say Pasta knocked it down with a high stick. I'd have to see a replay. It was close. His stick was up there. I don't know for sure, but it's just going to result in an offensive zone draw again here for Toronto. Yo, Rick with a 10! Let's get some dono hype for Rick. What an absolute legend. Dropping a 10 on the stream. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's get that hype in the chat. Thank you. Rick, really appreciate it. That is awesome. It's played back now. Giordano's shot gets blocked. Bruins come away with it. And they're able to get that one up and out of the zone. Nylander pulls it now to the backhand, cuts back forehand, passes out high. William Lagesson with a long blast that goes wide. Back out now. Taken to the middle. Leafs starting to get some more sustained offensive zone time here. What's going on, Ron? What's going on, CMA? Welcome in. Thank you guys for being here. Awesome to have you in the chat. Bruins clear it out. And both teams are going to get a line change now as the Leafs regroup in their own zone. Brought up now into the offensive end. Matthews drives wide. Around it goes. Trying to play it off of a skate here. It's deflected away. Lindholm's able to get it up the wing. Over the red line. Dumped into the offensive zone. Marchand will chase against Riley. They go heavy into the sideboards. Down in the corner and back the other way comes Toronto as they get it out. Brought up into the attacking zone. Matthews pass over. Back to Matthews. In on Swayman. Swayman able to make the save. Around now behind the net. Back out in front there. Shot from Yarncrook. That one's blocked off the high glass. Back out high it goes. Long shot through traffic. Blocked. Doesn't get all the way in on Swayman. Marner keeps it in. Toronto with a lot of pressure in the offensive zone here. Swayman makes a good save there on Marner and covers it with 1:49 to go. I haven't noticed anybody wearing anything, Ian. I mean, I know some guys around the league already have started. I haven't noticed anyone on the Bruins, but I haven't seen like up close looks of every player yet to where it would be noticeable. But I haven't seen anything or heard anything tonight about it. Yo, Nate with a 5. Let's get some hype in the chat for Nate. I see a bunch of you already have. That is awesome. Really awesome to see that. I don't even have to say it, and you guys are giving Dono hype. That is exactly what we want. Dono hype in the chat for Nate. Everybody, hyping up everybody in the community here. It is awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Nate, you're a legend. Thank you so much. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Hey, Nick, what's going on? Slick Nick's in the chat. Welcome in. Here's a chance for Boston. And a big blocker stop there by Samsonov. Already back into the action. Bruins getting a good shift here in the offensive zone. What's going on, Cap? Welcome in. Nick's here. Welcome. Awesome to have all of you guys. Chance in front. That one deflected. And they score! What a pass from Brandon Carlo. And a great redirection by Pavel Zacha. Boston strikes first with 1:09 to go in the period. Zacha's on the board and the Bruins lead 1-0. Beautiful goal there by the Bruins. A great passing play in the offensive zone. Mason Lowry passes to Carlo. Carlo, great pass out in front for Zacha. Zacha just redirects it in on goal. It goes past Samsonov. Mason Lowry, first career NHL point. He will get a secondary assist on that goal. And the Bruins lead this one 1-0. Yo, Jeremiah with a 20. Let's go. More Dono hype in the chat. Jeremiah dropping the big 20 on the stream. Thank you, man. Really, really appreciate that. That is awesome. Is off the ensuing face-off. That puck's deflected up and out of play. We'll get a whistle here and a face-off coming in the Boston end. Jay, what is going on? Miss Butler, what's going on? Duke, welcome in. I'm trying to keep up with everybody in the chat, guys. My apologies if I miss you. I'm trying to keep up with as much as I can. A lot of people here tonight, which is absolutely awesome. Thank you guys all so much. Face off, one back defensively by the Bruins. Final minute of the first period. Vernon, this is my Patrice Bergeron jersey. Oh no, sorry, Jay asked that, not Vernon. Sorry, they're right next to each other in the chat. Sorry. Jay, my Patrice Bergeron jersey, 37. Both Bruins jerseys that I own are Bergerons. So, I know he's retired now, but he's my all-time favorite player. It's pretty good, Cap. No complaints from me. It's pretty good. Bruins right off the draw, get that one out. Marchand will chase against Liljegren in the corner. They go heavy there down into the corner. Liljegren looks shaken up. DeBrusk out in front trying to get that. Samsonov with a big save. And they finally blow it dead. Liljegren really having some trouble here down in the corner. Looks like his ankle or knee. It's definitely his leg. The way that they went, him and Marchand went into the boards, it was very awkward. He ended up kind of falling down feet first into the boards. It would if I had to guess, I would lean towards it being an ankle issue. Marchand actually should have gotten a tripping penalty there because he hooked the left leg right out from under him as they went into the boards. The referee was looking right at it too and didn't call it, but that by the rule that should have been a trip. Marchand took his got his left leg lifted up and out from under him with his stick. But referee didn't call it, and it stays 5-on-5. Yeah, Capitals are not looking great, Paolo. They've had a couple decent games, but all in all, they've had a rough year. Marchand spins around with a shot there, and that one gets covered by Samsonov. Sheldon Keefe is not happy. He's still yapping at the ref. I mean, hey, sometimes the refs call it, sometimes they don't. That's every single NHL game ever. Played up now. Leafs get it out of their zone. Into the offensive end. 15 seconds. Long shot there. Goes up over the bar. And the Bruins clear it all the way down again. Riley will chase into his own zone. And that is going to do it. As the horn sounds, the final seconds ticked away. A late goal from Boston. Pavel Zacha, assisted by Brandon Carlo and Mason Lowry. The only goal of that first period. And it is 1-0 Boston at the end of 20 minutes. We still got 40 minutes of action to go, but now we will have some time to hang out and chill in the chat while we wait for the second period to begin. We've got the intermission. Some time to chat it up, talk, and enjoy a little bit of a break while we wait for period 2 to begin. Bruins in the lead at the end of the first. Yeah, I love these Centennial alternates, Jeremiah. Absolutely love them. Absolutely love them. Dan, what is going on? Welcome in. Nope, this is the only game that I'm doing today, and my next stream, guys, is pinned at the top of the chat in the pinned comment. It's going to be Tuesday night, this coming Tuesday, November 7th, 7:30 p.m., the Red Wings versus Rangers. Two teams that have gotten off to a very good start this season. Detroit has been great. The Rangers have been very good, leading their division. Detroit's had an unbelievable start. That's going to be a really fun game. So Red Wings and Rangers Tuesday night next week is going to be my next stream. And I haven't mentioned this yet. I was waiting till the intermission. But now that we have a little bit of a break, I get to talk about it. I am going to be on a show tonight. As soon as this stream ends, you guys see Jeremiah in the chat. I'm going to be on Jeremiah's show on his NHL Nightly with Perlo Wisdom, Enrico as well. Tonight, as soon as this game ends, as soon as I end this stream, I'm going to be going right over and hopping on their stream on the Sports Beards channel. So I want you guys to be aware of that. And if you stick around through the end of this game and then want to hear our NHL Nightly show tonight, just talking hockey with Jeremiah, with Rico, with Perlo, it's going to be a fun time. And yeah, we're just going to be talking, I don't even know, all things hockey, I guess. We'll see where the show takes us. But we're just going to be talking all things hockey, covering a bunch of different stuff. And I'm going to be on Jeremiah's stream as soon as this game ends. So actually, while we're intermission here, I'm going to actually put in the link to the Sports Beard channel in the chat. So if you guys aren't subscribed to the Sports Beard, and if you want to, you can hit that subscribe button. Or if you just want to watch the the episode tonight that I'm on, then I'm gonna link the specific stream link at the end of this this stream. Like when I'm saying goodbye to everybody, I'll link the specific stream that I'm gonna be on right after this. But for now, I'll just put the Sportsbeard's channel link in there, and that's where you will find, under the live section of his channel, you'll find NHL Nightly for tonight with me guesting on that. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Have a good night, Daniel. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Baker, what's going on? Welcome in. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you for being here as always. Yes, actually, Drac, I'm going to be doing I can't, I will be doing more Sabres games this year. Yes, I can't guarantee. The plan right now, and I should say this for everybody, my schedule is always subject to change. You know, sometimes things happen, things come up. I thought I'd be available and then I'm not, or, you know, maybe I add one in late when, you know, I wasn't planning on doing a stream, but I decided, you know, I'm available tonight, I should do one. So my schedule is always subject to change, but my plan right now is to do the Bruins and Sabres game on November 14th. I believe that's a Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's a Tuesday night. I'm going to do the Sabres and Bruins game on November 14th. So that will be my next Buffalo game. Water King, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Yeah, no, John. Yeah, I mean, Marner and him not shooting enough has been an issue for him his entire career. Like, I talked to John from Hot Take Hockey about this a lot. Like, one of the biggest gripes Leafs fans have with Marner is that he doesn't shoot the puck enough. Like, he has a good shot and he's a very capable goal scorer, but he always seems to kind of want to pass first. And he's a phenomenal playmaker and he's obviously a pass first player, but there are times when he needs to shoot the puck more. And that's one of the biggest complaints that Leafs fans have with him is that, like, dude, at some point you just got to shoot the puck. You're a good scorer in your own right. It's going well, Water King. Excited for Bruins Leafs tonight. Very much so, Isaac. I mean, that's really been Klingberg for most of his career. That's been Klingberg for most of his career. He's a completely offensive defenseman. He's terrible in his own zone. A lot of offensive defensemen are like that, though. They're complete liabilities defensively, but like Klingberg is one of the more like one-sided guys like that, where he is brutal defensively, but obviously, you know, has a lot of offensive upside, although his offense has tailed off a little bit as he's gotten older. But if you looked at like prime John Klingberg when he was in Dallas having the best years of his career, he was elite offensively. And still, you know, he wasn't great defensively, but he more than made up for it with the offense. He doesn't really have he's not as good offensively anymore as he's gotten older, and he's still bad defensively. So I think his value has really declined over the last, say, like 3 to 4 years. His value has really declined. Wayne, any thoughts on Ottawa losing? I didn't read too much into that. Honestly, I'm not fully up on the situation. I remember when that happened, though. You know, that it was a big deal that they traded him when he had a no trade, and then, you know, obviously the trade couldn't go through. So obviously that was a big mistake on somebody's part in the front office to, either not know that he had a no trade, or to try and trade him anyway. Like, that's pretty You know, no matter whether it was on purpose or it was just a mistake where they didn't realize he had the no trade. Either way, that's a brutal mistake. And obviously, you know, we got, you know, changes now going on up in Ottawa as far as new ownership, now new GM coming in. And yeah, you know, it ended up costing people jobs, and it ended up costing them a draft pick, which, you know, that's for a team like Ottawa. They don't, you know, they want to be building the young talent with more, you know, first rounders. To lose a first round pick, that's a significant punishment for a team like Ottawa. You know, if you take a first round pick away from the Tampa Bay Lightning, you know, they trade it away every year anyway. You know, if you take it away from a team that's going to be picking 27th, you know, it's not that big of a deal. But when you take it away from a team that it's going to be probably a mid-round pick, that's significant, especially a team that's trying to build their young core like the Senators. What's going on, Wrist Rider? Welcome in. I'm trying to say hello to everybody. I'm sorry if I'm missing you. He did. He ended up getting traded. Where did he go? They tried to trade him to Anaheim, Dan, and Anaheim was on his no trade list. I'm trying to remember now, because this was, you know, this was a year ago. This was a while ago. I think he ended up in Dallas, but I remember they. I gotta look up exactly what happened, because I remember it had to do with the Ducks. I'm pretty sure they tried to trade him to the Ducks, and the Ducks were on his no trade list, so they couldn't. But I don't remember the details of everything, like the order in which it happened. All right, here's a Daily Face-Off article about it. Hopefully, it gives like a. Oh, yeah. No, this was from the 2022 trade deadline. This wasn't even last season. That's right. This was from 2 seasons ago. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. All right. He went from Ottawa to Vegas, and then Vegas tried to trade him to Anaheim, but it got rejected because Anaheim was on his no-trade list. Vegas didn't know that it was... Okay, now I'm starting to remember. This was 2 seasons ago. This wasn't last year. This was 2 seasons ago. Now he's in Dallas. But so Ottawa didn't provide Vegas with his no-trade list. So when Ottawa sent Dadonov to Vegas, they failed to provide Vegas with his no-trade list. So then Vegas didn't realize that they couldn't trade him to Anaheim. Okay, now I'm starting to remember this. That's right. Okay, so yeah, that was the big screw up from Ottawa, was that they didn't provide Vegas with Dadonov's no trade list. Which obviously, yeah, that's a big screw up. That's a big screw up. So that's what happened. Ottawa traded Dadonov to Vegas and then didn't provide Vegas with the no-trade clause. Or not the no-trade clause, but the no-trade list that Dadonov had. And when a player gets traded, that no-trade list goes with them. That goes to the other team because it's on that contract. So then when Vegas tried to trade him to Anaheim for salary cap purposes, the trade got nixed. The league said, no, you can't do that. And Vegas was like, why? Because they didn't even know about Dadonov's no-trade list. That's right. All right, so yeah, that was back from 2022. That was 2 seasons ago, not last trade deadline, the one before. So yeah, Ottawa loses a first-round pick. Ottawa loses a first-round pick for not providing the Dadonov's no trade list, which I don't. That's like collective bargaining agreement stuff. So I don't know whose responsibility it is and all that. Apparently the teams, based on this ruling, I guess if you trade a player with a no trade list, a partial no trade list, you have to send that list to the team that you just traded that player to. Apparently it's the team's responsibility, otherwise Ottawa wouldn't be getting punished here. Again, that's not like on ice league rules that I'm fairly familiar with. That's kind of the business side that I'm not as familiar with as far as how it all works and stuff. So that's something that's that is kind of more like collective bargaining, the business side of hockey. Yeah, nobody would get that pick, Shannon. So it would just go down as forfeited. And that's it. The pick essentially gets skipped. It's happened before. Arizona forfeited a first-round pick a few years ago because of illegal illegal testing that they did on players, like during a time when you weren't allowed to do this test. It was another weird a collective bargaining kind of thing, but Arizona ended up forfeiting a first round pick. So if you look back at the draft history for that year, I forget which year it was, but it will just say Arizona forfeited pick, and nobody was picked in that spot. So it just goes on to the next team, and there's one less player drafted in the first round. MBHA, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Vaughn, what's going on? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Yes, Kyle. San Jose is absolutely horrific this year. I don't know what the league record is for fewest goals in an NHL season, but San Jose, I think, has a shot at it, to be honest. I think that team is absolutely horrible this year. The roster is terrible. Really, offensively, they're just completely inept. Again, the fewest goals in a season probably goes back to the 40s or 50s or something. So maybe they don't break that record, but I think it's going to be one of the worst seasons that we've seen in quite some time for San Jose this year. I honestly could see them finishing with less than 20 wins. I could see San Jose finishing with less than 20 wins. No, they're not going to go 0-81-1. No. All right, we're going to be starting the second period here pretty soon. We're coming back from the commercial. Teams look like they're out on the ice getting a quick warm-up skate in, and then we're going to be getting back into the action. I mean, it's hard to win less than 20 games in the current NHL. But I don't know. I mean, San Jose hasn't won yet. I mean, we're literally in November. They won 0 games in the month of March, in the month of October. I don't know why I'm thinking about the end of the season. It's the beginning of the season, but they won 0 games in the month of October. So it could be a brutally bad year for the Sharks. All right, 1-0 Bruins starting the second period here, getting back into the action. Again, I'm trying to get to as much as I can in the chat, guys, but you know, there's a lot of people watching tonight, which is fantastic, and I can't keep up with everything. I'm also trying to keep up with this game as well. So 1-0 Bruins. Pavel Zacha with the only goal. Second period, puck is dropped, and it's dumped in now by Toronto. What's going on, Jamie? Welcome in. Bruins Meat, welcome in. I'm trying to say hi to everybody as well. Thank you guys all for watching. So we're underway now in period 2. Samsonov has to make a nice save on that doorstep chance. Bruins trying to extend the lead here in the offensive zone. Out into the crease again. Good job defensively by TJ Brody to not allow the Bruins to get a shot off there. Just covered up by Samsonov. And it will be an offensive zone face-off now for Boston, 29 seconds into period 2. Zone draw now. Bruins win it back. High slot. Work now top of the circle. There's a good shot block by Max Domi getting his stick in the way. Leafs come away with the puck now. Matthew Nyes. He's double teamed along the wall. Geeky down low. Van Riemsdyk. Frederick. Good cycle game going here for the Bruins. Frederick back with it. He takes the check from Kampf. Out in front. Shot there. Big save. Oh, what a stop by Samsonov. Beautiful save there. Moved across the other way. Domi, his shot's deflected off of Wotherspoon's stick high off glass. Klingberg plays it now out high. John Klingberg down to the corner. Back out in front. Knocked around there, and Swayman's able to cover it up quickly before anybody else gets to it. And we get a stoppage now with 18:46 to go in the second. And phenomenal save there on Morgan Geeky by Ilya Samsonov. Van Riemsdyk got the backhand pass right by John Klingberg. Geeky was all alone on the doorstep, but Samsonov makes a spectacular pad save. Unreal stop there. Yo, Eddie! What is going on, man? Welcome in. Great to see you. Thanks so much for stopping by. Played around now by Austin Matthews as he circles in the offensive zone. He gets crunched by Hampus Lindholm. Bruins can't get the puck out, though. Leafs keep it in. Played up ice. Carried now. DeBrusk numbers into the offensive zone. He's got Marchand with him. Through for Marshy. Shot. Rebound. DeBrusk scores! And Boston goes up by 2! Samsonov made the first save on Marchand, but DeBrusk was there for the rebound, driving the net, doing what he needs to do, and gets rewarded. It's a 2-goal lead. That is a hard work goal there for the Bruins as Marchand and DeBrusk go to the net, and the rebound is right in front for the taking. DeBrusk gets there before Lagesson or any of the other Maple Leafs players. And just like that, it's 2-0 here now early in the second. Off of the faceoff, Bruins win it back. Ian Mitchell pass up the wall. Played now by Beecher as the fourth line's on the ice into the offensive zone. Beecher gets knocked down there by Holmberg. Back the other way. Here comes Toronto, offensive zone. Shot in there. Swayman able to smother that from distance. And now Reeves pushing and shoving here with Danton Heinen I don't think Danton Heinen wants anything to do with Ryan Reeves, but they just settle down quickly, and it will result now in an offensive zone face-off for Toronto. Yeah, that's his first goal, DeBrusk's first goal of the season. He had 3 assists going into tonight, but no goals. Finally gets himself on the board. John, what is going on? Welcome in. Garrett, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. Awesome to have you all in the chat here tonight. Austin, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Bruins back now. They cleared into the offensive zone. Oscar Steen with a spin-around shot. Went wide. Bruins work it down low. Mitchell pinches down the boards. He's got Beecher down low as well. Plays it to Wotherspoon. Into the middle, across. Shot in there. And Samsonov able to see it the whole way. Makes a save on Pastrnak coming off the bench. And he grabs that one with 17:36 to go here in the second. What's going on, Raji Ghost? Great to see you in the chat. Thanks so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. Awesome to have all you guys here tonight. Boy, I'll tell you, when I looked at the Bruins decor going into this game, I started to... I went into it with very leveled expectations, to say the least. I was just like, game they probably lose. They're down 3 of their top 6 defensemen. Toronto's a good team. Wouldn't be surprised if they don't win this one. But boy, so far they've looked surprisingly. The defense has held up very well, and they've looked surprisingly good and got a 2-0 lead. Toronto is going to go to the power play though, as we get a tripping call against Boston, and it's the first penalty call of the game. Surprisingly, we went the entire first period without a penalty. The first penalty call of the game is going to be tripping. David Pastrnak going to the penalty box. And that is going to put the Leafs on the power play and a chance here to get themselves back within 1 goal. Halloween was not too bad, Austin. I was on call for Halloween and all of Halloween weekend, so I couldn't do anything too crazy or fun, but it wasn't bad. Well, some of you guys know Evan. I went to Evan's on Saturday night and just got to hang out with everybody for a while, and yeah, it was not too bad. Oh, that is true, Jeremiah. That is true. The Leafs love doing that. They love it, but you're right. Still, I thought this might not be too fun from a Bruins perspective when I looked at what that decor was going to look like, but they've held up very well so far. Here's a shorthanded break now as the Bruins clear it out. Marchand deep below the goal line just dumps it in, kills some more time. Tavares trying to break it out now with Klingberg for Toronto. Klingberg carries back to JT. Tavares over the centered line. Now to Matthews with speed. Back to Tavares into the offensive zone to Klingberg out high. Tavares along the half wall. Plays to Klingberg again, and the Leafs are set up now in the offensive zone with clear possession. 1 minute to go on the power play. Nylander on the near boards. Down in the corner. Off of a skate. Lindholm trying to steal that one. Bruins get in there, battle for it along the boards, but it's kept in by Marner. Here's Tavares now. Pass across. Broken up by Carlo midair. Great stick check there by Carlo as he pokes it out of midair and stops that pass from connecting. Yeah, Jamie, very, very good start. Certainly a lot better than I expected, no doubt about that. Up the wall it goes. Bertuzzi back to Domi. Second power play unit on the ice now. Bertuzzi with a shot. Getting one on the backhand on the rebound chance, but he can't get it off. Trying to feed Bertuzzi the puck there where the Leafs definitely looking to get him a goal against his former team, and no dice as he couldn't get the final shot off as DeBrusk rips one wide. That's going to kill off the penalty. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey as Toronto carries into the offensive zone. Swayman has some trouble there. Shattenkirk gets back, helped by Lindholm out there as well, into the front, and stolen away by DeBrusk as only Bruins were there. Up ice now, Boston back on the attack. It's played wide by Patra. Patra gets it over now. Past Pasternak, and the Leafs get to it first. Taken down. Lindholm first on it. He takes a check from Kampf. Through to the middle. Goes off a Danton Heinen shot there on the backhand. And Gregor misses it by a mile up over the crossbar. Wow, a golden opportunity there for the Maple Leafs. And Gregor gets it up into the top of the glass instead of the back of the net. That wasn't even close. Brutal turnover here by the Bruins. Gregor is all alone and just absolutely scoops it. I mean, it's not like it was deflected either. He just scooped it on the backhand and shot it 8 feet over the net. Matthews is playing Drac. I've said his name a few times, but, you know, he hasn't jumped off the screen or anything tonight, but I've said him a few times. Bruins take it back now in their own zone. Boston's controlling the puck pretty well, which, you know, that leads to, you know, Leafs names not being said as much as now Klingberg and Beecher get into it after the play. And Steen jumps in as well. They break up rather quickly, but Beecher goes right back at Klingberg after he knocked him out from beside the net. Yes, Derek, it's just this season. All the jerseys that the Bruins are wearing this year are specifically for their 100th anniversary, so it's just this season. Yeah, absolutely, D-Wade. He's a quick strike player, and you could keep Matthews at bay for 2 periods, and then he could just light it up in the third. You know, he's a guy that gets really hot really fast, so... You know, there's still a long way to go in this game, no doubt about it, and Matthews will have plenty of opportunities to make his mark as this game goes along. Lowry carries in. Great pass in front for Zacha. Shot. What a blocker save as Zacha was in all alone in the slot. Samsonov with a huge stop with the blocker. Back out in the neutral zone. Nylander has it. Leafs trying to go the other way. Boy, I'll tell you, this Leafs defense certainly gives up a lot of grade A opportunities. I mean, this defense is folding right now. They are giving Boston open looks right in front of the net. Here's Marner now cutting to the middle with a shot. And he scores! Look what happens when Mitch Marner shoots the puck. What were we just talking about at the intermission? What were we just talking about at the intermission? Marner needs to shoot the puck more. Look what happens when he does. Leafs make it a 1-goal game as Toronto gets themselves on the board. So it is now 2-1. And Marner gets the Leafs in the game now as they're back within 1. Pulls a great cutback move on Brandon Carlo and then does what he needs to do more of, and that shoots the puck. And he's able to beat Jeremy Swayman. Told you, this game's far from over. This is going to be a tight battle right down to the wire. Nobody was winning this game in the first 30 minutes. Nobody was winning this game in the first period or two. This is going to go right down to the wire. I like them, Jared. I think these that they're wearing tonight are my favorite out of the 3. But I like them, Jared. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Toronto sensing now's the time to put on the pressure right back in the offensive zone. Swayman just had to make a real nice save there. Here's Austin Matthews back behind the net. Passes off for Morgan Riley. Matthews gets it back. Works it around, cycling in the offensive zone, played there. Marner back to the D. Lagesson with a long shot. Swayman makes a save. Bruins trying to clear it out. They're struggling. There's a shot from Matthews. And there he is, Austin Matthews. There he is, Drac. You were asking for him. Puts one up over the shoulder of Jeremy Swayman, and 2 goals in about a minute and a half here for Toronto. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-2 game as the Leafs get 2 in a row here very quickly. And we're back starting from scratch. Evened up again. So we have 12:20 now to go in the second period, and this game is back tied as it is now 2-2. Toronto with a couple of quick ones. Bruins took their foot off the gas for a couple of minutes, and look what happened. Working around now. I have a feeling we're going to see plenty of more goals as this game goes along. Bruins ice the puck here. Klingberg back to touch up. I think at least one of these teams is going to get to 5 tonight. With the defense that we've seen, I think at least one of these teams is going to get to 5 tonight. What is going on, Logan? Welcome in. Brian, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Awesome to have you here in the stream on the chat. Awesome to have all of you guys here tonight. Played up now, James Van Riemsdyk. Passed over. Dumped in by Mitchell. Around it goes. Frederick trying to get in on the forecheck with Geeky. They dig the puck loose. Frederick comes away with it. Back out to Lindholm. Hampus Lindholm with a shot through traffic. Blocked down in front by Austin Matthews. Bruins get on side and dump it back in. Klingberg holds behind his net. Ticking towards the halfway point of this game. We've got 11 now to go here in the second period. Working it around now, down behind the net. Played by Toronto as they get possession again in the offensive zone. Working it out high. Knocked down in front. Taken back by DeBrusk, trying to get up to Marchand, but we get a whistle. And Brandon Carlo is going to go to the penalty box. So holding penalty here now against Brandon Carlo. Toronto is going to get their second power play chance of the game, and the only 2 power plays of the game have gone to the Leafs. We'll see if they can use this power play to get a lead in this game, looking for their first lead potentially. We're going to head to a commercial break, and when we come back, Leafs on the man advantage trying to go up 3-2. So boy, did that change quickly from a 2-0 Bruins lead all of a sudden now to a 2-2 game and Toronto going to the power play. That is how fast things can switch up in hockey. Momentum is a crazy thing, and it can change very, very quickly. So, Leafs going to try and use this opportunity to get themselves in front. But we're at a commercial break now. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, please don't forget, really does mean a lot and help the stream a lot if you can hit that thumbs up button if you haven't. And also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel and become part of the community here, I'll be streaming all season long, doing about 1 stream a week, and just trying to enjoy hockey this season. If you'd like to be a part of it, that subscribe button is always there. We'd love to have you. But thank you all for supporting tonight. We got ourselves a good one going between Toronto and Boston here. As I suspected it would be a pretty close game, that's exactly what we've gotten. Well, Zaka's not a secondary scorer anymore, Logan. He's our first-line center. So, yeah, I mean, Zaka's been good. He's put up some points this year. He's been very solid both ends of the ice. But, I mean, we've needed that from Zacha. He's our first-line center now. Micah, what is going on? Clem, welcome in. Henry, welcome in. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate you guys dropping in the stream tonight. Awesome to have you as always as we get ready to get back underway. 10:56 to go here in the second period. Off the draw, one back here by the Leafs. They're looking to set up in the offensive zone. Shot from the high slot there, blocked in front. Klingberg with a good knockdown to keep it in. Down in front there. Nylander right on the doorstep. Swayman makes a big save. Second chance. Tavares. How did he miss? How did he miss? Tavares had the whole top half of the net wide open. Did somebody deflect that? There's no way he just flat out missed it. He had the whole top of the net wide open. Swayman got a piece of it. What a save there from Swayman. That is unbelievable that he got a piece of the glove on that. Absolutely robs John Tavares. Bruins win the face-off now. And Lowry gets out. Here comes Zacha, shorthanded on the backhand, driving. Backhands one wide past Samsonov. Brought out now. Leafs trying to regroup here with some speed through the neutral zone. Into the offensive end. Nylander cuts to the middle, gets away from Beecher. Pulls it to the forehand, passes off for Tavares. Tavares now back to the blue line. Oh, not able to keep it in. That rolled off a stick. Pass was a little offline for Marner. 1 minute now remaining here on the Toronto power play. Oh, mishandle of the puck. Here comes Beecher. Shorthanded. He's checked by Matthews, but they kill some more time as he and Coyle go to work. Coyle, 1-on-3, holds it along the boards now. Marchand finally gets out there with Beecher going to the bench. Leafs come back the other way through the middle. Here's a chance all alone. Oh, Swayman again breaks up the play. Boston in shambles defensively. Let the Leafs all alone in front, but Swayman says no. Finally up to Marchand. He clears it all the way down. 20 seconds left on the power play. Jeremy Swayman is absolutely saving the Bruins right now. Now three good saves, two monster saves so far on this penalty kill. Here's Pastrnak. Pastrnak can't get it in, but he does kill some more time. Out of the box comes Carlo. Power plays over. We're back to 5-on-5. Samsonov with a good save. That was brought in by DeBrusk. Game remains tied 2-2. Toronto trying to go the other way. They can't get it deep. Bruins dump it in. Poitras is going to be first on it. He gets pressured by a couple of Leafs. DeBrusk gets in there to help him out. Out it goes up to Bertuzzi. Toronto gets it up and out of their zone. Spun in front by Bertuzzi. Couple Leafs players in a Bruin collide. Boston's able to get it out of the zone, but Toronto dumps it right back in. Here comes David Kampf. 8:07 to go here in the second period. Game tied up at 2. 3 of the 4 goals in this game have come here in the second period. And that pass for Van Riemsdyk is offline. That will be a whistle and an icing call against the Bruins. Attacking zone faceoff for Toronto on the way now. Yeah, I mean, this could literally be like 5-2 right now if it wasn't for Jeremy Swayman. If it wasn't for Jeremy Swayman just in the last 3 minutes, this game could be 5-2 right now. He has just made some incredible saves to keep this thing tied. Linesman doesn't like the puck drop, so they're going to stop and do it again. Again, just under 8 minutes remaining here in the second period. Game knotted up 2-2. And what a game it has been. Lifted up and out. Bruins dump it in deep. Goes wide of Samsonov. Giordano's back to get it. He gets run into by Frederick. But the Leafs do get the puck out of the zone. Moved across. Here's Marner. He tees up a slap shot. Wow. Maybe somebody finally told Marner he needs to shoot the puck because he's got a goal, and there's another shot, one that he normally wouldn't take, but he fires one in from the half wall there. Forces Swayman to make the save. Cover it up, and we'll get another whistle and another commercial break. So, commercial break here. We've got little under 8 minutes to go now in the period, and boy, this is something. What a game this has turned into. Swayman is standing on his head right now for the Bruins, keeping this thing tied. Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to have some of our normal defensemen back, Clem, for sure. But hey, you know, injuries happen. You got to deal with it. You gotta have organizational depth that are able, you know, that's able to fill in when needed. And honestly, all in all, things have kind of fallen apart a little bit here in the middle part of this second period. Things have gotten pretty sloppy defensively from the Bruins, but for the most part in this game, Boston's D has held up pretty well, considering they've got, you know, Parker Wotherspoon in the lineup. No disrespect to him, but he's literally a guy who's spent almost his entire career in the AHL. I mean, you know, their D is held up fairly well, given the circumstances. It has gotten a bit scrambly here, though, over the last 5-6 minutes. They got to get back to the structure that they had in the first period. Ace, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. That's awesome, Austin. I hope you get to see a couple of great games. That's fantastic. Brody's doing pretty good, Jamie. He's working a lot. He has to, you know, he works a lot of overtime these days and whatnot. But still see him usually at least once a week, if not twice, and doing pretty well. We're back underway now as puck's in the neutral zone. Tavares checked there by Pastrnak. Leafs keep possession, though. Here's Klingberg into the offensive zone. John Klingberg pass back to Nylander. Nylander from distance. Shot gets blocked by Danton Heinen. Working it up now. There's Heinen. Good pass through to Pastrnak. He loses possession, though. Pasternak's kind of had a quiet game. Like, Zacha's been really good. Marchand's been noticeable. You know, I think, you know, Geeky, Van Riemsdyk, and Frederick, that third line's had a pretty solid game tonight. Pasternak's been on the quiet side. I think, you know, the Bruins would like to see him a little bit more, you know, noticeable out there on the ice, making things happen. Brought up now over the center line. Bruins dump it in, and they're going to head off for a line change. Back the other way. Yarncrook in, walks the D on the backhand, and another big save there by Jeremy Swayman. As the D got absolutely walked there. I think it was Kevin Shattenkirk. And Swayman bails him out again. Bruins trying to clear their zone. Here's DeBrusk. Oh, DeBrusk has been very good in this game. He's used his speed. He's been all over the ice. He's got a goal. DeBrusk has had a good game. But Pastrnak he's been a little too quiet tonight. Need him to get going. Mitchell plays it over. Up now past Marchand, who couldn't control that one off the boards. Leafs come back the other way. Here comes Ryan Reeves. Reeves trying to get around Wotherspoon. Wotherspoon hits him. Reeves comes back with a chop as they continue to go back and forth. Swayman gets a shove in now as Reeves goes to the front of the net. And eventually, Bruins once again can't get out. Swayman's got to make another big save. That one through traffic. .5:15 to go now in the second. Leafs back into the offensive zone. Wotherspoon comes across and lays a hit. Reeves answers with a hit of his own here for Toronto. Heinen gets the puck up and out. Into the middle, Oscar Steen. His shot goes wide. Played around. He's going to dig for it down low. David Kampf comes in and clears it out. Leafs are able to get it up, and Nylander takes possession. He'll carry up and out of the zone. Under 5 minutes now to play in the second period. It's not really, Drac. No, this hasn't been a super physical game. Not not like some past Bruins Leafs games have been. This has been fairly tame as far as the chippiness and physicality goes. Not a lot going on. What do I think about Arizona? I think Arizona is better than a lot of people realize going into the season. I don't think they're a playoff team yet, but I definitely think they're improved and very much headed in the right direction. What's going on, hockey legend? Great to have you back. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Bruins in on the forecheck now with this third line on the ice. I think this line's played well. Geeky's been out there with Frederick and Van Riemsdyk, and I think that line's had a good night so far. Carlo has it now. Over to Lindholm. Lindholm through the neutral zone, looking for a pass. Nothing there, just gains the red line and dumps it in. Bruins going to send the Marchand line out now. 3.5 minutes to go in the second period. Shattenkirk steps up on Yarncrook. Marchand gets possession back for Boston. Shattenkirk pressured along the wall. Up now, Marchand into the middle. Into the offensive zone. Here's DeBrusk driving wide. He gets a shot off and a good blocker stop there by Samsonov. Moved in front, nobody there. Lowry keeps it in out high. Over to Shattenkirk. Back to Lowry in the middle. Mason Lowry shot through traffic, deflects off of a stick and off glass. That one gets sent wide. Bruins trying to keep it in the attacking end. Samsonov's lost his stick. Marchand plays it. He gets around Matthews. Passes back out. Nobody there. Carlo coming off the bench was a little bit offline. Here's DeBrusk now with speed over the red line. Passed up into the offensive zone. Trying to get it back to the middle there. Marchand not able to get the shot off, but maintains possession. Then it's stolen away from him. Back the other way. Here comes John Tavares. Carlo's first on it, though. Tavares chases, trying to steal. Carlo rims it around the boards, up the wall. Klingberg pinches to keep it in. Move to the middle. And stolen away now by Geeky. Looks like the Bruins have mixed the lines up a little bit. That one gets taken. Pastrnak not able to pull to the forehand. Pass out in front, trying to find Geeky. Not able to get it through. 3-on-2 back the other way come the Leafs. Cutting to the middle, looking for a shot. Nylander rolls in on the backhand and a good save by Swayman. Canucks have been fantastic this year, hockey legend. One of the best surprises in the league. They've looked awesome. Swayman able to smother that long shot from out high from Nylander, covers it up. 1:52 remaining here in the period number 2. Game tied 2-2. Lots of twos right now. It will be an offensive zone face-off for Toronto when we get back from this commercial break. This, I believe, will be the final commercial break of this period. Jeremy Swayman, that's how, Clem. Swayman has stood on his head, especially in the second period. I don't think the Leafs were really getting, super grade A, high quality chances back in the first. It's really gotten sloppy for the Bruins defensively here in the second, and Swayman has had to answer, and Swayman has answered. Obviously, the Leafs do have the 2 goals, but it could easily be 5 or 6 goals for Toronto right now, and Jeremy Swayman is the reason it's not. Yeah, hockey legend. I thought it was either him or Pettersson. It was one of the two, and then the other one was going to get an A, in my opinion. It was going to be either Hughes or Pettersson, and then the other one was going to be part of the leadership group as well with an A. So Hughes definitely was in the running for it, was deserving of it, and obviously he started this season absolutely spectacularly. So he seems to really enjoy that, taking that leadership role and being one of the best players for Vancouver. All right, so we are coming back from the commercial break now. We'll get ready for this face-off with 1:52 to go in the second period. Off the draw, Bruins win it back, trying to get it out of their zone. Hampus Lindholm up the wall. Played there by Marchand. Marchand pressured from behind. Skates to the middle, to the far side. Loses it in the neutral zone. Leafs able to steal and dump it in back the other way. Yeah, Montreal's another team off to a great start. I have more faith in the Canucks keeping it up long term than I do the Canadiens, but Montreal's been very, very good the first month of the season as well. I just don't think that the Canadiens are going to keep it up long term. I don't think they have a good enough roster to do that. But Vancouver, on the other hand, I do think could keep up what they're doing right now and end up being a playoff team, absolutely. No, Jamie, I have not. I don't have money to be spending on jerseys right now. I got other priorities when it comes to money, so I haven't gotten any of the new ones, no. But out of the 3 new Bruins jerseys this year for the Centennial, the ones that they're wearing tonight are my favorite. These alternates are my favorite. .47 seconds left here in the second. It will be another offensive zone face-off for Toronto here. Yeah, Jeremiah, Oilers' defense and goaltending is a big problem and leaves a lot to be desired, to say the least. Out in front there. Knies with a chance right on the doorstep. He couldn't cleanly get the shot off. Bruins got back enough defensively to disrupt the play. And it's going to lead now to another offensive zone face-off here for the Leafs. Well, I'll tell you what, the Toronto Maple Leafs have certainly been the better team here in the second period. I'll give the first to the Bruins, although I thought the first was a little bit of a sleepy period. I don't think either team was, dominant in period one, but I would say, the first period was more of what the Bruins were hoping to play like tonight. The second period has been much more Leafs. Toronto has won this second period easily, and we'll see. It's going to come down to the third. Whoever plays better in the third is probably going to be the team that wins this game. Marner knocks that one down, plays it back to Klingberg. 15 seconds to go in the period. Played up through the neutral zone. Matthews back into the offensive end. Still got 10 seconds to work with. You should be number... you can't be 27 because Hampus Lindholm's 27. 27 was my number in hockey, so I always go with that one. But I'm trying to think of numbers that are available on the Bruins that you could be. What position are you, hockey legend? As the periods come to a close here, we're going to the intermission. What position are you? Because certain numbers are better for certain positions. It is going to be a heck of a third period, Jamie. Absolutely. Two hockey game through 40 minutes. And we have 20 minutes to go. A huge third period coming up, but we've got a chance now to hang out and chill in the chat during the intermission while we wait for the third to begin. Thank you guys again all so much for being here, watching, being a part of the stream. Love having you as always. And we're having a really good night tonight. Great stream, great chat, great game on the ice right now. 2-2 headed into the final 20 minutes. Going to be a heck of a third. And again, please don't forget, it does help out a lot if you can hit that thumbs up button and give the video a like. And if you would like to subscribe and become part of the channel community here, I'll be covering all different NHL games all season long. We'd love to have you become a part of it and would love to have you subscribe to the channel. You're a defenseman. Okay, so that narrows it down. Numbers that look good on defense. Be number 47, hockey legend. Torrey Krug's old number. Be number 47. It's got a 7 in it, so I like it. It's available on the Bruins. It's not retired by the Bruins. 47. That would be the number I'd go with. Number two is retired. You can't be number 2 on the Bruins. That's Eddie Shore's old number. That's retired. Old time hockey, Eddie Shore. Yeah, you can't be 2 on the Bruins anymore. Bruins have a lot of retired numbers. I think every single digit number is retired by the Bruins except for 1 and 6. And 1 is obviously Jeremy Swayman, and 6 is Mason Lowry. So they actually have a 1 and a 6 on the team now, but every other single-digit number is retired by the Bruins. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9 are all retired. As well as 15, 24, 77, soon to be 37, soon to be 33. I think that's all of them. Oh, I love retiring numbers, Jay. I love I can't wait until 37 and 33 are retired, which probably isn't going to be too long, given that both Chara and Bergeron are retired now. Hey, Steven, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Awesome to have you in the chat. Thanks so much for stopping by. We are at the second intermission between the Maple Leafs and Bruins tonight. 2-2 hockey game heading into the third. And, you know, we got a real tight one with going into the final 20 minutes. Also, again, guys, while we're here at the intermission, I just want to mention again and reiterate that as soon as this stream is over, I'm going to be on NHL Nightly on Jeremiah's channel, The Sports Beard, and part of his show with Perlo and Rico as well. Going to be a guest on NHL Nightly tonight as soon as this stream is over. So I am once again going to put Jeremiah's channel link in the chat, so if you guys want to follow along, watch that show tonight, or subscribe to Jeremiah's channel if you would like, it's all up to you. It's going to be right there for you. I'm putting it in the chat, and again, that will be a live stream right after this game ends. I'll be hopping over there onto his live stream and guesting on NHL Nightly tonight. We're going to be talking all things hockey, all things NHL. I don't really know exactly what yet. It just kind of depends on where the show goes and what we end up talking about. So, but it's going to be really fun, and I'm excited to get a chance to chat with all of them, and talk to some of my other hockey friends again, part of the YouTube community here. And also, while we're at the intermission here, I am going to go and grab another beer as well, because we got a big third period coming up that's going to be a whole lot of fun. All right. Hopefully I wasn't gone too long. I'm back. We're still at intermission here. That's a nice and cold one. This beer is very good if you like pumpkin. There's a few different pumpkin beer options. That one, Shipyard Pumpkinhead, definitely my favorite. It is a little expensive. It's on the pricey side. I really only buy it like once a year because it is expensive, but it is a good beer. Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk some Bruins, Jeremiah. Absolutely. Got just a lot of great stuff, interesting stuff going on around the league as well. So I'm sure we'll touch on a few different things from all around the NHL. Absolutely. Very excited for it, and very, very happy to be on the show and getting a chance to chat with all of you guys again. I disappeared for a while, second half of last year, and over the summer I didn't do anything. I really disappeared for a while, trying to just trying to figure out a new schedule, a new approach to this, a new attitude to this, where a new balance to my life where I can kind of fit everything in a reasonable way and not be super stressed out all the time and not be not doing anything but not doing too much. I had to figure some things out for a while for sure, but so far the way that I've done this season, I think it's gone pretty well, and I'm very much enjoying being back streaming. Click where it says live, John. Like when you go to his channel, like the main page doesn't have anything, but at the top it will say like videos live. I'm not sure. Let me pull it up. Videos live, community, where all the playlists. If you click live, it'll be the first one there under upcoming. Yes, hockey legend. That's Shane Pinto. He did something to break. I don't know exactly what he did because they said he didn't bet on NHL games, so I don't know exactly what he did, but he did something that violated the NHL's gambling rules, and he got suspended for 41 games, which is half a season. Also, at the end of, when I'm finishing up this stream and saying goodbye and everything, I'm gonna drop the exact link to the video that I'm gonna be on with Jeremiah. So, like the link that I dropped earlier was his channel. I'm gonna drop the exact video link as I'm shutting this stream down and heading over there to do that show. So, if you guys want to stick around and click right over, I'll drop it in the chat, and then you can click right over to NHL Nightly, and we can chat it up with everybody there. Very excited to be on. Gonna be fun. So, this isn't official yet, but I've kind of made a tentative schedule for my next 3 streams. Again, scheduling is always subject to change. I could add one somewhere. I could end up not being available and have to take one away. Like, it's always subject to change. But as of right now, I want to tell you guys my plan for my next 3 streams. November 7th, which I believe is Tuesday next week. I'm going to be doing the Detroit Red Wings against the New York Rangers. That is my next live stream. Then on Saturday, November 11th, I want to get another Western Conference game in, so I'm going to do a afternoon game, 3 p.m. Eastern time, between the Dallas Stars and the Winnipeg Jets. That's a nice Central Division game there between those two. And then I believe it's a Tuesday, November 14th. I'm going to be doing the Boston Bruins against the Buffalo Sabres. So Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday is looking like my schedule for the next 3 streams. But again, we'll have to, that's subject to change. Something could come up. But right now, that is my plan. Halloween was pretty good. I went to Evans on Saturday night. I didn't do anything actually on Halloween. I was actually on call for Halloween weekend and, through the holiday. So I couldn't really party it up or anything. But yeah, all in all, it was fine. Got to see my friends Saturday, and it was a decent Halloween this year. What's going on, BC4F? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. You know what we haven't done? Is looked at other scores at all tonight. I'm usually pretty good at commercial breaks or intermissions going through all the other games going on. I haven't done. The chat's been really active, so I've been trying to keep up in the chat. I haven't even gone through the other games. So let's do it quickly right now while we're still at this intermission. The Columbus Blue Jackets have a 3-2 lead over the Tampa Bay Lightning in the 3rd period of that game. That would be a big win for the Blue Jackets and a pretty tough loss there for Tampa. The Florida Panthers have a 1-0 lead over the Detroit Red Wings in the 3rd period of that game. Very oddly low scoring there between those two teams. The New York Rangers have taken a 2-1 lead over the Carolina Hurricanes in the 3rd period of that game. Also low scoring. The LA Kings had a 3-0 lead over Ottawa. It's now 3-2. So the Kings are still up in that one by a goal, but it's close in the 3rd. The Islanders continue to hold a 3-0 lead over the Capitals, which I feel like they've had for half this game. Obviously, this game here is 2-2. The New Jersey Devils are up 3-1 over the Minnesota Wild in the 2nd period of that game. Wild have had a pretty bad start to the season. They were expected to be better than what they've been. They are not off to a good start. And in the 1st period, Dallas has taken a 1-0 lead over the Edmonton Oilers. So the Stars are already up in that one. There's still 4 more games that haven't dropped the puck yet. Montreal plays Arizona, Nashville plays Seattle, Winnipeg plays Vegas, and Vancouver plays San Jose. All coming up later tonight. They haven't started yet. So that is your action around the league. New Jersey shouldn't be worried about making the playoffs, Rick. New Jersey might be winning the division. The playoffs aren't even a question for the Devils. They're expected to be one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference this year. So the Devils should absolutely be making the playoffs. They should be worried about trying to win that division. Hey, that's awesome, Cy. Welcome in. You carved the Bruins logo into a pumpkin. That's fantastic. Who stepped up the most after Bergeron retiring? I mean, it's really been a team effort. I don't think there's any one player that's like just, replaced Patrice Bergeron. That's not. It's been a complete team effort from the Bruins. They've been playing much more defensively, much more lower scoring style of hockey. We've seen a lot of their games this year have been like 3-1, 3-2, as opposed to 5-4. They're not scoring as much, but they're really putting in a focus defensively. It's really been a team effort. Obviously, Matthew Poitras making the team has been huge. A big influx of young talent there that the Bruins desperately needed. So Poitras being as good as he's been has been huge. I think Zacha has played really well in an increased role this year. James Van Riemsdyk has been very, very solid since, this season, since coming over. And again, he was a guy I really didn't have a lot of high hopes for. And he's come in, and Van Riemsdyk's had a very good start to the season. So I don't think there's no one player that's replaced Bergeron. There's nobody that, single player that went from being like a fourth line guy to all of a sudden now a top six player. It's really been a team effort from the Bruins, and everybody stepped up in their own way a little bit to just try and do whatever they can to help this team win. Hey, Fool in the Rain. Yes, I am back. I've been doing streams about once a week this season. That's my plan to continue. So yeah, I am back, and I've been streaming since the season started. So hey, glad to hear you still have the Off the Wall shirt. That's fantastic, and welcome in tonight. Thank you for stopping by. Glad to have you here watching. Really appreciate it. We're getting ready for third period action between the Maple Leafs and Bruins. Game is tied 2-2, headed into the final 20 minutes. I'm very sorry to hear that, Austin. Thoughts to you and your family. That's always tough to lose a dog, part of the family like that. That's tough, man. My thoughts to you and your family. All right, here we go. Third period action about to begin. Teams lined up at the center dot. And off the draw, kind of a stalemate. Both teams trying to kick the puck out. Comes to Matthew Knies. Knies going to drive it wide now. And he gets hammered down low. Run to the end boards. Good check there by the Bruins defense. And now they come back the other way. Pastrnak into the offensive zone. Poitras back to the point. Over now to Shattenkirk. Around it goes. Dumped in there by Toronto. Leafs take it back now up through the neutral zone, trying to get it into the offensive end. Toronto looking for their first lead of this game. Bruins trying to get the lead back after blowing a 2-0 lead in the second period. Two quick goals from the Leafs back to back. All of a sudden went from 2-0 to 2-2 where we sit right now. I am Hockey. What's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Always great to see you in the chat. I was in Attleboro today for work. Funny enough, I am Hockey. Played back now by Boston as they regroup in their own zone. Line change coming. Deflected into the offensive end. Samsonov comes out to play it. Over now to Lagesson. Up to Domi. Domi chips it to the middle. Kampf into the play. Drive, shot. Pad save there by Swayman. Back it goes. Brody cycles it. Leafs have it. Possession, offensive zone. Long shot there. Blockered away by Swayman, who finds it through the traffic. Played up. Bruins come the other way with some speed into the offensive zone. Back out, top of the circle. There's a shot, and a good chance there. Puck is loose. Frederick with a good shot from the top of the circle forced Samsonov into a nice save. Played back now to Ian Mitchell. Mitchell to Frederick. They play catch, and forward group will head off for a line change. Just over about 2.5 minutes into this third period. Into the offensive zone. Beecher's offsides as his skate came up and over the line. That will be a whistle and a neutral zone draw with 17:31 to go here in the third. Here we go around, down in the corner. Toronto has it out of their zone. Giordano with the stretch pass up. Deflected into the Bruins end. Mason Lowry first on it. D to Shattenkirk. Move through the middle. Lowry gets it back. Looks like they've switched up the D pairs a little bit. Shattenkirk is now playing with Lowry and Carlo is playing with Lindholm. So Bruins have put their two best defensemen on a pair together now in this game. It started, Carlo was playing with Lowry and Lindholm was playing with Shattenkirk, but now Lindholm and Carlo are playing together. Brody with it. Out of the zone, cleared there, Leafs up into the offensive end. Nyes gets run along the sideboards, passes to the middle, gets it through to Nylander, tries to tuck it inside the post, but it bounces wide to the corner. Klingberg sends it back deep. Brody chips it away. Carlo gloves it down. Sens fan, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Klingberg with it now behind the net. 16-12 to go here in the third period. I have a feeling the next goal of this game is going to be absolutely huge. Matthews back to Marner. Marner with a shot. That got redirected, but it goes off the outside of the net. Wow. If that had been on goal, that would have been in. Because Swayman had to react to that redirection and would have been a little late on it, but it hit off the outside of the net. After it now, Matthews with a little reverse hit on Marchand, and Lagesson hits Marshy. Bruins keep it in, though, at the point. Around now, moved in front. Over to Shattenkirk, top of the circle. Good shot block there by Matthews, getting in the way. He's had a couple of nice shot blocks in this game. Definitely doing the job defensively. Bruins take possession back. They'll get a line change and just regroup in their own zone. 15-15 remaining here in the third period. Moved up now. Back, stolen by Boston. Into the offensive zone. Here's Geeky back out in front. Lowry trying to get it back in, and it flipped. Oh, the puck was under Samsonov, or it was next to him. The referee lost sight of it, thought it was under him, blows the play dead, even though the puck was a little loose. But good chance there for the young defenseman, Mason Lowry, and Frederick going to the doorstep as well. But Samsonov's able to cover it up. Go Caps! What is going on? Absolutely, I remember you. It has been a long time. Welcome in, and thank you so much for stopping by. Great to see you in the chat. A real long time no see. Good to have you. Taken now up the wall, Noah Gregor. Out of the zone. And not able to carry it cleanly into the offensive end. Bruins stay onside. Trying to find Pasternak on the back door, but he couldn't get a redirection on it. Around it goes now. There's Mitchell. Mitchell gets knocked down there by Kampf. Into the offensive zone. Steen's first on it. Oscar Steen off of a check from Riley. Nylander back in there as well. Takes a hit to play it back to Morgan Riley. Toronto has the puck. They'll carry out. Up it goes. Move to the middle on the backhand. John Beecher with it for the Bruins. He passes it off the wall. Gets it through to Steen. Steen one-on-one against Riley into the offensive zone. Spins back. Loses it. Down low. Good hit there by Klingberg. Toronto moves the puck up the boards. Boston able to keep it in, though. Marchand with the help from Beecher. Marchand now. He gets knocked down by Klingberg. Klingberg runs him again to the end boards, and it's iced by Toronto. So that will lead to a whistle and an offensive zone face-off coming up now for Boston. And Marchand and Klingberg continue to yap back and forth as they exchange a little bit here. Well, this is the first Bruins game that I've done this season, Fool in the Rain. So, but yeah, I didn't stream a lot at the second half of last year, or I didn't do anything really over the summer. So, I feel like I kind of am catching up a little bit as far as the algorithm's concerned. But Marchand and Klingberg are still going at it here. They're just jawing back and forth, back and forth. But, yeah, this is the first Bruins stream that I've done this year. Yes, I do watch football, Clem. Mostly NFL, a little bit of college, but I follow the NFL much more closely than I do college football. But I do watch football, yes. New England Patriots, Clem. I'm from Massachusetts. I'm a fan of all the Boston teams. I don't know, Sens fan. I don't know. I mean, I don't schedule the entire season out. I only schedule out a little bit, so I have no idea. Well, they should be, Vernon, given how much money they spent. They should be dangerous. God, they've got they've got so many big name players on that roster, so many star guys that they better be one of the best teams in the league with how much money they spent. I don't stream anything other than hockey, Go Caps. Hockey only. I don't stream football. I watch football, but I don't stream it. All right, we're back now from the commercial break. 13:28 to go in the third. Offensive zone draw here for Boston, but one defensively by the Leafs. They get it up and out of the zone. Matthews with it now, trying to get it deep in the offensive end. Up the boards. Pastrnak, pass up. Dumped in deep. Pasta driving in. He lays a hit in on Giordano, results in getting the puck. Spun around now past Marchand, played by Lindholm. Carlo down low with it now. 12:50 to go in the third period. Played by the Leafs the other way. Marner over the line into the offensive zone for Matthews, who gets hit along the boards. Up it goes. Bertuzzi and Marchand come together. Teammates second half of last year. Into the offensive zone. Here's Tyler Bertuzzi with a long slap shot that's sticked aside by Jeremy Swayman. And we'll get a whistle now as we get a puck deflected up and out. Neutral zone face-off now, just outside of the Boston end with 12:24 to go in the third. All right, have a good night, Caroline. See you next stream. Thank you so much for watching. It was awesome to have you here. Still 2-2 here in the third period. Have a good night, Go Caps. See you later. Thanks for watching. Always good to see you. Wotherspoon trying to get it up ice. Bruins out of their zone. Neutral zone stolen back by Riley, who will dump it in. Played there. Wotherspoon takes a big hit by Bertuzzi. Danton Heinen has the puck through to the Coyle in the middle. Here's Charlie Coyle. Worked along the boards. DeBrusque comes in to help him out. Now to the near side. It's played by Ian Mitchell. Hey, Jeremy, what is going on? Welcome in. Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Always good to see you in the chat. We got a penalty call coming up here against Toronto. Bruins are finally going to get their first power play of the game as Samsonov gloves that. And coming here with 11:36 to go in the third period, the Bruins are going to get their first power play of this game and a chance to try and get the lead back. As we are knotted up at 2. And Toronto's had 2 power plays. Boston now has 1. It's Holmberg going to the penalty box. So what are they calling here? Interference? Looks like interference there as Jake DeBrusque was trying to get to the puck. So Pontus Holmberg in the penalty box. Bruins with a good chance right off the initial draw. But not able to score there. Pastrnak up now. Bruins back into the offensive zone. Around it goes. Behind the net. Up the wall. Marchand knocks it down. Shattenkirk keeps it in. Marchand now. Back over to Shattenkirk. Back to Marshy. High slot. Zacha. There's a shot. Oh, what a glove save by Samsonov. Pastrnak just waiting for the one-timer at the top of the circle. Blasts one in on goal. But Samsonov snags it with the glove. What a great stop. Yeah, Jeremy, I'm definitely a little surprised. I didn't think that they were going to fall off a cliff or anything, but for them to, not have a regulation loss yet is definitely surprising, for sure. Jeremy. I knew they'd be good. I didn't think they'd be this good. They're certainly not going to be as good as they were last year, but they're still probably going to be a 50-win team and absolutely in the playoffs, no doubt. Thank you, Jamie. Really appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying. Thank you so much. Now here's Noah Gregor, short-handed with a shot. He raced into the Boston zone. Swayman makes the save. Pastrnak passes up to Shattenkirk. Bruins still with 55 seconds of power play time left as we tick towards the halfway point of this third period. Into the offensive zone. Down it goes. Played here. Marchand gets it back off of a skate. Lagesson trying to get it out. Puck pops up. Pavel Zacha's first on it. Bruins setting up again. Here's Pasta out high. Top of the circle. Shot gets blocked. Plays it down low for Marchand. And Marchand's pass splits the middle of any Bruin there and it clears itself out of the zone. Played up now. Lindholm to Pastrnak. Pastrnak into the offensive zone. And he turns that one over to David Kampf. Lindholm gets it back now for the Bruins. Final 5 seconds of the power play. Toronto's pretty much killed this off as we're now back 5-on-5. Holmberg's out of the penalty box. Chance out in front there. Puck is loose. Leafs clear it out of the danger area and now get it out of the zone. Bruins trying to get possession back. Here's Patra. Andrew, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for resubscribing. Probably because my channel was inactive so long, YouTube probably started unsubscribing. I don't know. They do that sometimes, but thank you for subscribing again. Great to have you back. Thank you so much for being here. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Under 9 minutes now to go in the third period. Game is still tied 2-2. Yeah, we'll see, Jeremy. I mean, there's obviously 7 more months to be played before we're thinking about Stanley Cup. But, yeah, I mean, they're off to a good start. I certainly think they're a playoff team. They're still probably going to win 50 games this year. And it's all about what you do in the playoffs at that point. Leafs with it now behind the net. 8:22 to go in the third. Played up and out of the zone, up into the offensive end. Toronto gets it deep. Lindholm back on it. He rims it up the wall. Played here by Oscar Steen. Steen through the middle into the offensive zone to Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk looking for a redirection. That one's turned aside by Samsonov. I thought it should have been 2, Clem, like what Connor Clifton got, because it was kind of the same kind of contact. Different areas of the ice, but the actual contact was very similar to what Connor Clifton did to Nico Hischier. So if Clifton got 2, I thought McAvoy should get 2, but I don't really care that much. Honestly, it's November. I'd be a lot more worried about it if it was April, but with it being November, it is what it is. You deal with it, and you know, if Boston can still win games, then it's not that big of a deal at this point in the season. 7:10 to go here in the third. Leafs just had a good chance, but they shot it wide. Riley dumps it in. Wotherspoon back on it. Over to Mitchell. The Muffin, thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get some new sub hype in the chat for the Muffin. Welcome to the channel. Awesome to have you here. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Appreciate you watching. And love having you here. And hopefully we talk again soon. Yeah, it's crunch time now, Vernon. No doubt about it. 6:40 to go in the third period. And Swayman's just going to cover that one up with the glove. Hey, Zach and Nikki, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I'm doing well. How are you? It's awesome to have you in the chat. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, we hope so, Water King. We hope so. We'll see what they can do here in the final 6 minutes of this period. We are off to a commercial break, though. Third period action. Bruins and Leafs still 2-2. Nobody has scored yet here in the third. So, very, very good, tight game going on between these two teams right now. Thank you guys all again so much for being here. Really appreciate each and every one of you. It's awesome to have you in the chat tonight. Please don't forget, it really does help the channel a ton if you can hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to subscribe, we'd love to have you become part of the community here. I cover games from across the NHL all season long. Going to be doing about one game per week this season, and just enjoying hockey. So thank you guys so much. And we got one heck of a finish coming up here. We got one heck of a finish. Boy, if Toronto loses this game with the Bruins having 3 of their top 6 defensemen out, that's gonna be that's not gonna feel good for the Maple Leafs. I mean, the Bruins really have the Bruins really don't have much business winning this game. Missing McAvoy, missing Grzelcyk, missing Forbert. But here they are. I mean, they have hung with this team. They have hung in this game very, very well. And I think the Bruins, players that aren't normally in the lineup have had solid games. Lowry got his first career point. He's played very well tonight. Parker Wotherspoon has played pretty solid. I mean, you can't ask for anything more from a guy who's spent his entire career in the AHL pretty much. I mean, he's not really an NHLer. He's an AHL guy, but he's been called up and he's played a solid game. I mean, Boston is doing what they can here. We're back underway. Leafs have it in the offensive zone. Marner takes it in the corner. Back out high. Long shot deflects wide. Brought up it goes. Bruins get it out of the zone. 5:50 to go in the third. Swayman with it now around the wall. Bruins once again get it to the blue line, trying to clear it out. Lowride takes possession back. Yeah, that's a big win for the Blue Jackets, Jeremiah. And they're another team that obviously isn't playoff level, but they've got some good young talent. They've got a few good young players there for sure. Deflected up now. Pastrnak dumps it in for the Bruins. Zacha takes it back. Back to the point. Long shot from Wotherspoon. That was a good chance for the D-man. He misses it wide, though. Bruins keep it in the offensive end. Patra with the puck. Patra keeps it in at the blue line. Very nice play there by him. Around it goes. Down in the corner. Pastrnak cycles. Wotherspoon falls down trying to pinch on Domi, who clears it out. Swayman leaves it now for Ian Mitchell. 4:35 left in the third period. Yeah, sounds good, Jeremiah. I will be over there as soon as this game ends and I'm able to wrap this stream up. I'll be joining right in with you, Perlo, and Rico. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be talking to you very, very soon. Brought around now. 4:10 to go in the third period. Leafs clear it out of their end. They're going to carry now through the neutral zone into the offensive end. Domi dumps it deep. Kampf is on it. Around it goes. He's checked off the puck. The Bruins clear it to the neutral zone, gain the red line, gain the blue line, and then dump it in around the boards. Morgan Geekie now in the corner. Trying to dig this one out. 1 against 3. Big hit by DeBrusk, forces a turnover. Marchand back to the point, over now to Carlo. Carlo with a shot. Deflection. Rebound was there in front, but nobody could get to it. Bruins keep it in, though. Here's Carlo again. His shot goes off of a stick. Carlo keeps it a third time. D to D over to Lindholm. Lindholm with a shot that misses wide. And finally cleared out by the Leafs. Carlo with it now. 3:15 to go in the third. Bruins with good puck possession here. Up into the offensive zone. Leafs clear it back out. Shattenkirk in a foot race with Yarncrook. Shattenkirk does a good job there. Leafs have it down low along the boards. Played up the wall. Danton Heinen. Pass into the middle. Back the other way. Here comes Heinen for the Bruins into the offensive zone. Pass across. Shot. Hits the crossbar. Are you kidding me? Boston had a goal right there, but it was Pastrnak absolutely rocketing one off the crossbar. Tavares the other way now. Leafs have it in the offensive zone. Zacha first on it, though, as they turn it over. Heinen gains the red line and will dump it in. Time for a line change. Around it goes now, working it along the boards. Frederick, Patra, and Geekie out there. This line played well in the first period for them. Long shot from Carlo, too high. Rebound chance, couldn't get it on goal. Bruins back with possession in the offensive zone. Here's Patra for Geekie. Geekie down low. Able to fend off the check of Kampf. Keeps possession for the Bruins. Daniel, thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get some new sub hype in the chat for Daniel, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Awesome to have you here. Patra has the puck. Keeps possession. Looking to play it out by the blue line. Pass over to Lindholm. Hampus Lindholm down low. Driving to the front of the net. Shattenkirk on the backhand just sends it wide. Bruins steal again and keep possession. Leafs are stuck in their own zone. Shattenkirk with a shot through traffic. Just goes wide of the goal. Leafs finally get it out. They need a line change badly. Bruins in the midst of one as well. Lindholm goes D to Shattenkirk. 1 minute to go in the third period. Here comes Coyle. Game still tied 2-2. Up it goes. Leafs can't clear. Marchand keeps it in. Back to Carlo. D to D. Over to the other side. Into the middle. DeBrusk. His shot gets blocked. That goes up into the crowd, and we get a whistle with 42.9 seconds left. Ivan Nobody. The Bruins do not have a Russian player on their NHL roster. I don't believe. I'm trying to think now through everybody. I don't think there's any Russians on the Bruins. Peter, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. All right, Bruins with the offensive zone face-off. Coyle wins it back. Here's DeBrusk. What a push here at the end of the third period by Boston. 30 seconds to go. Puck's in the corner. Toronto is able to get to it. They clear it out of their zone. Bruins get back on the back check and break up the play. Lindholm's going to hold behind his net. Pass to Carlo. Up to Pastrnak. Gaining the red line. Cross corner dump in. Bruins go in again. On the forecheck. Here's DeBrusk behind the net. 10 seconds remaining in the period. DeBrusk loses the puck, though, as he's knocked down. Leafs chip it off glass and out of the zone. This game's going to OT. Of course we are. 2-2. It remains through 60 minutes of hockey. We are going to overtime, and we are going to have a little bit of 3-on-3 action here as we go to OT. Both teams get 1 point. It's just a matter of who is going to get point number 2 and the win. We get a quick break here, and then it's going to be OT time between Toronto and Boston. 3-on-3. I definitely think that that favors the skill level of the Maple Leafs as a little bit more than the Bruins. Not that the Bruins don't have guys like Pastrnak and Marchand and Zacha, who are good, fast overtime 3-on-3 players. But I definitely think with Matthews, with Marner, with Nylander, Tavares, like that, it favors Toronto a little bit. But hey, all it takes is one shot to win this game. You're one shot away at this point. So 3-on-3 OT about to begin. Toronto and Boston tied up 2-2. And obviously, next goal wins this game. Next goal wins this game and gets the extra point out of this one. And obviously, another win in the win column. One thing is for sure, though. One thing is for sure. The Bruins still do not have a regulation loss this season, because even if they lose in OT, it's not a regulation loss. So, all right, here we go. Teams are getting out onto the ice now. We're going to get ready to drop the puck. 5 minutes of 3-on-3, or until somebody scores. May not take the full 5 minutes. We'll find out. Going to be a lot of open ice here. Going to be fun to watch. Thank you guys all again for watching. I hope you're enjoying the stream. I hope you're enjoying the game. It's been a great one between Toronto and Boston tonight. And let's see who's able to pull out this win. Let's see who's able to pull out this win. Looks like it's going to be Coyle, Lindholm, and Marchand starting for Boston. And it's going to be Kampf. Oh, I can see Kampf in the face-off dot. I can't see the rest of the Leafs. Kampf, Marner, And I'm not sure who the defenseman is here for Toronto, but Bruins win possession off of the draw. They're going to take possession back into their own zone and try and start a breakout up ice. Flipped over Marner there. Here's Coyle with it. He circles back, trying to gain some speed. Into the offensive end. Here's Coyle. Coyle drop pass for Lindholm. Lindholm tees one up. Blocker save there by Samsonov. Back out. Bruins keep it in the offensive zone, which is where you want to be in overtime, in the offensive zone. Marchand spins off of a check, almost turns it over, fight through a couple guys. Shot in there. Oh, it's just sent wide as it rolls off his stick. Here's Zacha on it now off the bench. Fresh guys on the, or a fresh guy for the Bruins. Marchand changes too as well into the offensive zone. It's Pastrnak and Zacha out there with Mason Lowry, rookie defenseman. In his first official NHL game tonight. He played in the preseason, but this is his first real game. Already has his first career point with an assist. Here's Zacha out high. Zacha with it, spins at the blue line, gets possession back. Here's Pastrnak down low, shot, and he just sends it wide. Another golden chance, narrowly missed for the Bruins. Now Lowry loses the puck, and the Leafs take possession for the first time here in OT. Toronto with it now will come back the other way. Carried up ice by Marner into the offensive zone. Marner circles back as the Leafs get a line change. Here's Matthews with it. Matthews up into the offensive zone. Drop for Nylander. Nylander replaced Marner on the ice. Nylander goes for a skate. Drops for Matthews. He's got some space. Top of the circle. Spins back. Taken now, Morgan Riley with it. He drops for Nylander. 3 minutes to go here in overtime. Nylander's shot gets blocked by the Bruins D. Back out high, Riley. He rings it off the pipe. Morgan Riley with a great chance, but he hit post. Matthews works it up the wall. Pastrnak able to steal for the Bruins. Him and Patra into the offensive zone. Pastrnak gets taken down. Patra with a shot. And Samsonov makes a save to cover that one up. And hold on a second. We got a penalty call coming here. William Nylander's going to the penalty box. And it's going to be a power play for the Bruins in overtime. Only their second power play of the game. They did not score on the first one, but Nylander goes to the box, and it's a power play. 4-on-3 now for the Bruins. Wow, what an opportunity this is for Boston now. 4-on-3 on the man advantage. For a full 2 minutes with 2:35 to go in OT. And they're going to use their timeout here. Boston is using their timeout here, trying to draw up a play to end this game. So they're going to look for something right off the face-off here to try and finish this game right now. Chris Kelly, former Bruins player, is now assistant coach for the Bruins, talking to the team here as they're huddled up by the bench, at the bench, I should say. So there's 2:35 left in overtime. 2 minutes of that is going to be spent on the power play for the Bruins. Unless they score, obviously, then it's over. Yes, Chris Kelly's an assistant coach for the Bruins, yes. He was on the 2011 Stanley Cup winning team, and now he's a coach for the team. One back. Bruins win the faceoff. They're setting up shop in the offensive zone. Zacha to Shattenkirk to Pastrnak. Shattenkirk is quarterbacking out high. Around it goes. Here's Zacha. Zacha turns it over, and the Leafs send it all the way down. Good early clear here on the penalty kill by Toronto. They were good on the PK back in the third period when Boston had a chance, and they're trying to do it again here. Shattenkirk struggles, turns it over. Here comes Marner with some speed into the offensive end. Good job by Zacha keeping him to the outside and shielding that puck away. Brought up now into the offensive zone. Down it goes. And Bruins are offsides entering the zone. All right, so not much happening here. Still a minute 15 to go on the power play, but not much happening here for the Bruins so far with this man advantage in overtime. Going to be a neutral zone faceoff. Marchand's going to take it against Kampf. That's a mismatch. Marchand's a winger, not a center. Obviously, Kampf wins the faceoff, and back it goes. Here's DeBrusk now into the offensive zone for Marchand. Marchand with a shot! What a save there by Samsonov. He snags it with the glove and grabs that Marchand shot attempt from the slot area. Going to be an offensive zone draw for the Bruins now. 58 seconds left on the power play. Coyle loses it. Giordano up the wall, but not out. Lindholm keeps it in. Big keep there for Hampus Lindholm. DeBrusk gets it back to him. Back to DeBrusk now along the boards. He walks in looking for Coyle. Backdoor. They couldn't connect. Pastrnak along the boards, waiting for some help. Four-man battle, two from each team, trying to dig this puck loose. Pastrnak in there, eventually gets through. Brody can't do anything with it. DeBrusk to Pastrnak. 30 seconds left on the power play. Pastrnak turns it over to Kampf. And David Kampf just dumps it deep and sends it all the way down. Played out now. Lindholm's going to carry up with 15 seconds to go here in the power play. Into the offensive zone. Pavel Zacha back for Marchand. Marchand with it in the corner. For Zacha, they play catch. Final 5 seconds of the power play. There's a shot. That one goes up and over the bar. Power play's over. We're back to 5-on-5. Long shot again from Lindholm. That one's smothered by Samsonov. He makes the save and covers it. So it remains 2-2 now with 31 seconds left in overtime. So the 4-on-3 is over. Bruins did not score, obviously, on the power play. And now we are back to 3-on-3. Here's Lowry over to DeBrusk. Back to Lowry. Final 25 seconds. Top of the circle. Skates it down into the corner. Loses the puck to Matthews. They got to cut back the other way. Here comes Riley. Riley with Matthews streaking back door. Pass across. Too high. That never came down. Now Coyle the other way. Final 5 seconds into the offensive zone. DeBrusk tips it in. And that is going to do it here for overtime. It's still 2-2 with 5 minutes of sudden death overtime played. So now we are going to a shootout. So overtime wasn't enough either. We're going to a shootout to decide the extra point in this one. So we've got a shootout on the way here as the Bruins and Leafs apparently really don't want each other to win the game. I mean, they're doing everything to stop the other team from winning here. Nobody's able to put this one away, and we'll see what happens here in the breakaway contest. Boy, Bruins getting a power play in overtime and then not scoring, that's tough. If you get a chance like that in OT, You gotta, you gotta take advantage of it. There's no reason not to take advantage of it. All right, do not spoil in the chat. Do not say anything about any scoring or anything until I do. Do not spoil in the chat. Here comes DeBrusk for the Bruins. First shooter in, and he scores! Up and over the shoulder of Samsonov. A very quick little flick of the wrist there for DeBrusk, who came in with a lot of speed and was able to just flick it up and over the shoulder, blocker side of Samsonov. So it is Boston with a goal. Now Nylander has a chance to answer for Toronto. He comes into the middle, pulls it to the backhand, and a big stop there. Big stop there by Swayman. He's able to get it with the right pad as Nylander pulled to the backhand. Bruins with a chance again here to score. Second shooter coming up. It's Charlie Coyle. Coyle wide, back to the middle, shoots, and he scores! 5-hole! He's able to rip it between the legs of Samsonov. And now it's a must-score situation for the Leafs. Bruins have scored on both their shots so far. The Leafs must score on this next one to continue the shootout. Here's Austin Matthews. Comes into the middle, pulls it, and he misses it wide through the legs. Swayman got just enough of it, and the Bruins win 3-2 in a shootout. 3 regular defensemen out of the lineup. It does not matter. The Bruins are able to squeak out a win here and take the extra point. 3-2 over the Toronto Maple Leafs. A big win here for Boston. Their 9th of the season. What a hockey game between these two teams. Yo, let's get some dono hype for Fool in the Rain before we go. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. That is awesome. And now with this game over, I'm going to be on NHL Nightly with the Sports Beard, Perlo, Enrico. I am going to drop the link in the chat for you guys right now. And I'm going to get over there quickly as I can. If you guys want to check it out, link is in the chat. Thank you all so much for watching as I sign off here. And I'm going to be over on the Sports Beards NHL Nightly show. Thank you guys so much. Really, really appreciate each and every one of you. Please don't forget, hit that thumbs up button. It helps out an absolute ton. Would really mean a lot if you could subscribe as well if you would like to. I'll be doing all different NHL games all season long. Just covering hockey. Would love to have you become part of the community and enjoy the great NHL season that we have this year. So thank you guys again so much. I'm headed right over now to NHL Nightly. Hopefully we'll see you there, and we'll talk again very, very soon. Next live stream for me is Tuesday night, November 7th. Red Wings, Rangers. That is going to be a really fun one. See you guys then. Thanks so much, and talk to you all soon.